Most people are too afraid to question their idea of God. We've been conditioned to believe that asking these questions is dangerous, blasphemous even. But the true danger lies in not questioning. It's in blindly accepting a version of spirituality that keeps you in fear, disconnected from your immense inner power. Yet, if you look at the top 1%, those who wield influence, power, and wealth that seem almost supernatural, you'll notice something striking. They understand something profound. God is not an external being you worship. God is the force you use to create, to manifest, to shape your reality. While many believe spirituality is about submission, about hoping and waiting for salvation, the elite know that God is not about waiting. God is about doing. The truth is, the power of God is the power of consciousness. When you truly grasp this, your life will never be the same. Let's strip away the illusions for a moment and confront the truth. The real God isn't a distant figure in the sky or a deity bound by religious doctrine. God is the energy that flows through you, me, and every living thing in existence. This divine force doesn't merely observe creation, it is creation itself. It's the force that animates your body, beats your heart, powers your thoughts, and brings your desires into reality. The top 1%, those who seem to live extraordinary lives of influence, power, and abundance, understand this truth. They don't spend their lives praying to an external deity, passively waiting for miracles to occur. Instead, they become the creators of miracles. By aligning their thoughts, emotions, and actions with intention and clarity, they harness the very power of the universe. They know the secret. The universe doesn't respond to what you want, but to what you are. Think about it. Every great achievement, every life-altering decision, and every dream realized starts with this alignment. These individuals recognize that God is not something separate from them. God is the energy they channel through their beliefs, choices, and actions, shaping reality in ways that others only dream of. So, let me ask you a profound question. When was the last time you truly examined your beliefs about God? Not through the teachings of a church, a preacher, or a sacred text, but within the depths of your own consciousness? Have you dared to ask who or what God truly is for you? Because the moment you do, you'll begin to uncover the immense creative power that has always resided within you, a power waiting to be awakened and unleashed. Here's the problem. Most people have been taught to see God as something separate from themselves, an external force sitting in the heavens deciding their fate. They view the divine as something outside their control, a power they must beg or petition for assistance. This belief fosters a mindset of lack, leaving them feeling powerless and stuck, perpetually waiting for answers, for blessings, for change. It's a way of thinking that keeps them small, disconnected from the vast potential within them. But the top 1%, those who seem to achieve the impossible, who shape their lives with intention, see things differently. They don't perceive God as distant or unattainable. Instead, they recognize the divine as the very energy that flows through them. They understand that this creative force isn't something to plead with, but something to embody. They don't just believe in God, they become the expression of God. And that is the difference. When you embody the divine, you stop waiting for miracles and start creating them. The elite understand that aligning their thoughts, emotions, and actions with this powerful energy allows them to manifest their desires and shape their reality. They know that God is not a force outside of them. It's the life force within, the consciousness that empowers every decision, every creation, and every outcome. The truth is, the divine isn't about separation. It's about connection. It's about realizing that the power you seek is already inside you, waiting to be awakened. When you shift your perspective from one of waiting to one of doing, you step into the role of co-creator with the universe. And when you embody this truth, the limits you once believed in simply fade away. You've probably heard the phrase, "Thoughts become things," but do you truly understand its power? For most, this concept is motivational fluff. But for the top 1%, it's a fundamental law of existence. Every thought you think sends a ripple through the universe. It's like dropping a stone in a pond. The ripples flow outward, shaping your reality in ways you can't always see immediately. The top 1% know that this process is instantaneous. The moment you think something, reality begins to shift. But here's where most people falter. Their thoughts are scattered and contradictory. They think about abundance but simultaneously feel fear and unworthiness. They want success, but believe it's out of reach. These conflicting signals cancel each other out, keeping them stuck in the same loops. The elite think differently. They understand that every thought is a command to the universe. They think deliberately, with laser-like focus, because they know that mastery of the mind is mastery of reality. Here's another secret the top 1% understand. Thoughts alone are not enough to create the life you desire. While thoughts set the intention, emotion is the fuel that powers them. If your thoughts are focused on abundance but your emotions are steeped in fear, doubt, or lack, the universe doesn't respond to your thoughts. It responds to the strongest signal, which is your fear. This is the reason so many people struggle to manifest their desires. They may think positive thoughts, recite affirmations, and visualize success. But if their emotions are misaligned, their energy remains fragmented. It's like trying to steer a ship with the sails set in one direction, but the wind blowing against you. The result? Stagnation and frustration. The elite, however, understand this principle deeply. They don't just think successful thoughts, they feel successful. They cultivate and embody the emotions of wealth, power, confidence, and joy. They feel as though they already have what they desire, and that feeling creates a resonance with the reality they're trying to attract. When their thoughts and emotions align, they generate a magnetic force that pulls their desires toward them with ease. This alignment is the secret to effortless manifestation. Thought without emotion is weak, but when you add emotion, your intentions become charged with energy. The universe recognizes this energetic alignment and mirrors it back to you. It's not about pretending or forcing, it's about authentically stepping into the feeling of already being the person who has achieved what you desire. When you master this, you stop chasing your dreams. They start chasing you. You become a magnet for abundance, and your life begins to reflect the harmony between your thoughts, your emotions, and your deepest intentions. This is the power of alignment. Take a moment to pause and reflect on your emotions. Are they truly aligned with the life you aspire to create? Do they match the energy of abundance, joy, and fulfillment? Or are they steeped in fear, doubt, and limitation? The truth is, your emotions are powerful indicators of your vibrational state, and they directly influence what you attract into your life. If your emotions don't align with your desires, it's time to make a shift. This shift requires more than just positive thinking. It involves training yourself to feel as though your dreams are already a reality. Imagine the life you want. How would it feel to wake up every day in that reality? Would you feel grateful, confident, empowered, or joyful? Those are the emotions you need to embody now, even before your desires manifest physically. By cultivating these feelings intentionally, you send a clear signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. This isn't about faking it. It's about stepping into the emotional frequency of the life you're creating. When your thoughts and emotions are in harmony, you unlock a magnetic power that draws your desires to you naturally and effortlessly. Here's a twist that surprises many. The more you need something, the more you push it away. This is because neediness and desperation come from a place of lack, and lack can only create more lack. When you focus on needing something, you're sending out an energetic signal that you don't have it, and the universe mirrors that signal back to you, reinforcing your experience of not having. The top 1% understand this deeply and have mastered the art of detachment. They don't operate from a place of clinging or desperation. Instead, they set clear intentions. align their thoughts and emotions with their desires, and then let go. They don't obsess over outcomes because they trust that the universe is always working in their favor. For them, detachment isn't about indifference. It's about trusting so completely that they no longer feel the need to control every detail. This is where true power lies. When you let go of the need to force outcomes, you open yourself to receive. Detachment creates space for the universe to deliver in ways that often exceed your expectations. It shifts your energy from fear and doubt to faith and certainty, which is a far more magnetic state. Think of it like planting a seed. You prepare the soil, plant the seed, and water it. But then you step back and trust the natural process of growth. You don't keep digging up the soil to check if it's working. You let it unfold. The same is true for manifesting your desires. Set your intentions, align your emotions, and trust the process. When you embody this balance of clarity and surrender, you tap into a flow of creation that is both effortless and profound. Most people spend their entire lives in a constant state of seeking happiness, success, love, purpose, even God. They chase after these things as though they are distant treasures, hidden somewhere outside of themselves. Yet, despite all their striving, true fulfillment seems elusive. The reason is simple. Seeking is rooted in the belief that what you desire is missing. And when you operate from this belief, you unconsciously reinforce a sense of lack. The top 1%, however, have moved beyond seeking into a state of knowing. They understand a profound truth. Everything they desire is already within them. They don't search for happiness, success, or love because they know they are those things. This shift from seeking to knowing changes everything. When you know that abundance is your natural state, you attract it effortlessly. When you know that love flows from within, you don't chase it, you embody it. When you know that power isn't something external, you recognize it as the energy coursing through you. This mindset of knowing isn't about arrogance, it's about alignment. It's about understanding that you and the universe are not separate. The creative force that made the stars also made you, and it resides within you. When you embody this awareness, you stop chasing and start creating. You become a magnet for everything you desire because you're no longer operating from a place of lack. Instead, you're acting from a deep, unshakable connection to the abundance and love that already exist within you. The secret the elite have mastered is this: fulfillment doesn't come from seeking something outside yourself. It comes from awakening to the truth that you already have it. Once you know this, life stops being a pursuit and becomes a celebration of what you are. Your beliefs are the foundation of your reality. They serve as the blueprint that the universe uses to construct your life. Every thought you hold, every belief you nurture, acts as an instruction to the world around you. If you believe you're unworthy of success, you unconsciously create circumstances that reinforce that belief. On the other hand, if you believe you're unstoppable, you manifest opportunities, resources, and outcomes that align with that conviction. The truth is, what you believe at your core defines the life you live. The top 1% understand this at a profound level. They don't just adopt empowering beliefs, they ensure their beliefs are fully aligned at both the conscious and subconscious levels. They actively identify and dismantle limiting beliefs that keep them stuck, replacing them with ones that support their vision. They understand that beliefs aren't just passive thoughts. They're energetic patterns that influence every action, decision, and result. This alignment is what sets them apart. So, how do you transform your beliefs? Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself. Every day, your mind runs internal dialogues, many of which go unnoticed. Are these stories uplifting or limiting? Are they telling you that success is out of reach or that you're capable of achieving anything? Recognize the beliefs that are holding you back. Use proven techniques to reprogram your mind. Tools like visualization, meditation, and affirmations can help install new, empowering beliefs. Visualization allows you to see and feel your desired reality as if it's already yours. Meditation quiets the noise, helping you connect with your higher self. Affirmations repeatedly reinforce positive beliefs, rewiring your subconscious. Embody your new beliefs. True transformation happens when you don't just think empowering thoughts, you live them. Act as if you are already the person who has achieved your goals. Speak, behave, and decide from this elevated mindset. When you align your beliefs with the reality you desire, you unlock a power that can transform your world. The top 1% understand a truth that eludes most. Success is not about occasional bursts of inspiration or motivation. It's about showing up every single day. While many people start strong but give up when progress feels slow, the elite know that consistency is what builds momentum. They embrace the power of steady, disciplined action, understanding that small efforts repeated over time lead to extraordinary results. Think of it like rolling a snowball down a hill. At first, it's tiny, and the progress seems insignificant. But as it keeps rolling, it gathers mass, picks up speed, and eventually becomes an unstoppable force. This is how success works. It's not about grand gestures or monumental changes in a single moment. It's about the compounded effect of consistent effort, no matter how small it may seem at the start. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. In fact, attempting to do so often leads to burnout and frustration. Instead, begin with just one habit, one belief, or one action, and commit to it daily. It could be meditating for 5 minutes, visualizing your goals, journaling, exercising, or dedicating focused time to your craft. What matters most is that you show up, even when it feels insignificant or inconvenient. Over time, this consistency rewires your mind, strengthens your resolve, and builds habits that lead to transformation. Each small act becomes a building block, laying the foundation for the life you desire. The snowball starts to roll, and with patience and perseverance, it becomes unstoppable. Remember, success doesn't come from extraordinary effort once in a while. It's born from ordinary effort practiced consistently. Commit to showing up for yourself every day, and watch as your life begins to shift in extraordinary ways. The ultimate truth the top 1% understand is this: you are the divine in action. You are not separate from God, the universe, or the infinite creative force that shapes reality. You are a unique, living expression of the same power that creates stars, moves oceans, and breathes life into everything. This isn't a concept reserved for mystics or spiritual gurus. It's a truth that resides within every person. The difference is, the elite recognize and embrace it fully. When you accept this truth, your perspective on life transforms. You no longer see yourself as small, powerless, or at the mercy of external forces. Instead, you begin to understand that you are an active participant in the divine process of creation. Every thought you think, every intention you hold, every action you take is an extension of this universal force expressing itself through you. And when you live from this understanding, fear dissolves. Fear can only exist in a state of separation. The illusion that you are disconnected from the source of all power, love, and abundance. But when you realize that you are one with the divine, that the same energy that creates worlds also flows through you, fear loses its grip. There is nothing to fear because you are never truly alone, never without the resources to create the life you desire. This realization brings freedom. You no longer live as a victim of circumstance ruled by doubt or hesitation. Instead, you step into a state of trust, knowing that you have access to the infinite wisdom and power of the universe at all times. The divine isn't just around you, it is within you, waiting to be awakened and expressed. When you embody this truth, life stops being a struggle and becomes a profound act of creation. You stop reacting to life and start creating it, fearlessly and with intention. This is your true nature, the divine in action. The top 1% have unlocked a profound secret. They don't try to control reality, they flow with it. They understand that the universe isn't something to dominate, but to align with. By tapping into the divine power within themselves, They shape their lives not through force or struggle, but through harmony and intentional alignment with universal principles. This is not a gift reserved for the few. It's a truth accessible to anyone willing to embrace it, and that includes you. This shift begins when you stop chasing life and start co-creating with it. The elite know that trying to force outcomes only leads to resistance, while alignment leads to ease and flow. They align their thoughts, emotions, and actions with their desired reality, trusting in the divine process rather than fighting against it. In doing so, they unlock a level of creativity, abundance, and fulfillment that feels almost magical. But it's simply the power of divine alignment in action. Now I'll leave you with this question. Are you ready to stop seeking and start knowing? Are you ready to release fear, doubt, and struggle, and instead step fully into your divine power? Because the moment you decide to embrace this truth, everything changes. The barriers you thought were holding you back begin to dissolve. The limits you believed in fade away. It's time to stop waiting for miracles and start creating them. The power to shape your life has been within you all along, waiting to be realized. All it takes is a willingness to trust in the divine flow, to align with the truth of who you are, and to take action from that place of knowing. The life you've always desired isn't just possible, it's waiting for you to claim it. The question is, will you? Welcome, beloved of God. If you've stumbled across this message today, it's no coincidence. Divine alignment has brought you here, and something extraordinary is about to unfold in your life. Whether you realize it or not, you are on the brink of a breakthrough, and this moment is the key to unlocking the promises of God in your life. The truth we're about to uncover isn't new, it's eternal. Yet, it holds the power to revolutionize how you face your battles, claim your victories, and walk in your God-given purpose. Before we dive deeper, let me take a moment to thank you for supporting this channel. Your prayers, likes, shares, and donations through Super Thanks fuel this ministry, helping us spread God's word to countless hearts. If this message stirs your spirit, I invite you to comment 77 below as a declaration of faith that you are ready to receive the fullness of God's promises. Now pause and reflect on a powerful statement from Jesus. It is finished. These three words hold the weight of eternity, the fulfillment of God's redemptive plan for humanity. But what does this mean for you today? How does this truth apply to the struggles you face, the chains you long to break, and the blessings you've been praying for? Stay with me, because the revelation that follows may be the key to unlocking everything you've been seeking. Imagine a love so pure, so selfless, that it willingly endures unimaginable pain to bring you freedom. This love is more than words. It is action. It is the love of Christ, who chose to bear the weight of every sin, sickness, and sorrow for your healing and restoration. Have you ever felt so broken that healing seemed impossible? So burdened by life's struggles that peace felt like a distant dream? Isaiah 53 verse 5 reminds us of the profound sacrifice made for us. But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. This verse encapsulates the heart of Jesus' mission. His wounds were not accidental, they were purposeful, designed to carry the weight of our pain and bring us healing. It wasn't just physical suffering he endured. It was an act of divine exchange, his life for your wholeness. Think about it. The King of Glory, the creator of the universe, willingly submitted himself to humiliation and agony. Why? Because his love for you is immeasurable. When he carried the cross, he also carried every emotional wound, every sickness, and every burden you would ever face. Jesus' suffering wasn't limited to his time on earth. It transcends time, extending into your life today. Matthew 8:17 confirms, this was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. He took up our infirmities and bore our diseases. When Jesus endured lashes, it wasn't just an act of brutality. Each stripe was a declaration of victory over every illness, heartache, and spiritual affliction. His wounds became the bridge between our brokenness and God's healing power. As 1 Peter 2:24 declares, He himself bore our sins in his body on the tree, that we might die to sin and live to righteousness. By his wounds, you have been healed. This healing isn't just physical. It's a profound restoration that touches every part of who you are. It's emotional, reaching into the deepest wounds of your heart, offering comfort for the pain you thought no one could see. It's spiritual, bridging the gap that sin created and drawing you back into the arms of a loving God who never stopped pursuing you. It's mental, replacing the chaos of anxiety and fear with peace that surpasses understanding. And yes, it is physical, bringing strength and renewal to your body in ways only He can. Through His sacrifice, Jesus has opened the door to complete wholeness. His love doesn't just mend what is broken, it transforms it into something new, something beautiful. Every scar becomes a testimony, every weakness a reminder of His strength working within you. The cross is the ultimate declaration that you are not beyond repair. You are seen, loved, and made whole. Now imagine living with this truth deeply rooted in your heart. How would it change your daily life? Would fear lose its grip, knowing that you're held in hands capable of restoring anything? Would your relationships deepen, reflecting the same love and forgiveness you've received? Would you embrace challenges with confidence, trusting that nothing is beyond His ability to redeem? This is not just a promise, it's an invitation. Believe this truth, and let it transform the way you think, act, and live. Your story is still being written, and with Him, every chapter is one of healing, restoration, and purpose. But will you take the first step toward living in the fullness of this truth? When Jesus declared, "It is finished," He wasn't just marking the end of His earthly mission. He was proclaiming that every price for your salvation, healing, and freedom had been paid in full. Every sin, every struggle, every sickness, He carried it all so you wouldn't have to. Romans 8:11 assures us, "And if the Spirit of Him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, He who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies because of His Spirit who lives in you." The same power that raised Jesus from the grave, the power that overcame death, sin, and the forces of darkness, is alive in you today. It's not a distant or passive force. It is active, present, and available to transform every area of your life. This power isn't confined to the forgiveness of sins, though that alone is extraordinary. It goes far beyond, reaching into the deepest brokenness of your heart, mind, body, and spirit. It restores, renews, and revives what seems lost beyond repair. By His stripes, you are healed. Every lash He endured wasn't just for physical ailments, but for the emotional wounds, the scars of your past, and the hidden pain no one else sees. He bore it all so you could walk in wholeness. By His blood, you are redeemed. What was once stained by sin has been made clean. Your identity has been rewritten, not as a slave to guilt or fear, but as a beloved child of God. By His sacrifice, you are set free. The chains that held you, whether they were addictions, doubts, or insecurities, have been broken. You no longer have to live bound by what once kept you captive. This power changes everything. It gives you the strength to rise above circumstances, the courage to face challenges, and the hope to believe for miracles in your life. It empowers you to forgive, to love boldly, and to live in a way that reflects His victory. Do you truly grasp the magnitude of this truth? If you let it, this power will transform the way you see yourself and your purpose. You are not just surviving, you are living as a testament to the life-changing power of the resurrection. Healing is not just about physical ailments, it's about total restoration. The wounds Jesus bore were for every area of your life, your body, mind, soul, and spirit. Whatever pain you're carrying, Whether it's the scars of the past, the weight of shame, or the ache of rejection, Jesus' sacrifice has already provided the healing you need. Isaiah 53, 4-5 reminds us, "Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering, yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed." This healing is personal. It's for you. Right where you are, in the middle of your pain, your struggles and your questions, his healing power is reaching out. Don't let the enemy whisper lies into your heart, convincing you that your pain is too great, your scars too deep, or your sin too heavy for God to handle. Those lies are meant to keep you bound in chains that Jesus already broke. Jesus bore it all. Every ounce of suffering, every moment of shame, every burden of guilt, he carried it willingly to the cross. He looked at the weight of your pain and didn't flinch. There is no wound so deep that his love can't heal it, no past so broken that his grace can't restore it. Whether it's a hidden hurt you've carried for years or a fresh wound that feels unbearable, he has already made a way for your healing. His power is limitless. It doesn't stop at forgiving your sins, though his forgiveness is more than enough. It goes further, touching every corner of your life. He wants to mend the parts of you that feel shattered, to soothe the pain that feels unrelenting, and to bring peace to the chaos inside you. His healing is complete, mind, body, and spirit. Peace is so much more than the mere absence of conflict or turmoil. It's a profound sense of wholeness, security, and rest that comes from being fully anchored in God. This kind of peace isn't fleeting or dependent on circumstances. It's supernatural, flowing directly from his presence into every area of your life. Philippians 4:7 assures us of this truth. "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This isn't a peace the world can offer. It is divine, unshakable, and surpasses anything we can comprehend. But this peace came at a cost. It wasn't handed to you lightly or without sacrifice. Jesus endured the agony of chastisement, rejection, and suffering so that you could experience this gift of supernatural peace. The weight of your anxiety, the storms in your soul, and the unrest in your heart, all of it was placed on him. When he declared, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you," he wasn't speaking about a temporary relief from troubles. He was giving you access to a calm that anchors your soul even when the waves of life rage around you. This peace doesn't mean life will be without challenges or storms, but it does mean you'll have an unshakable refuge in the midst of them. It guards your heart when fear tries to take hold and steadies your mind when doubt threatens to overwhelm. It's the quiet assurance that God is in control, that his plans for you are good, and that you are never alone. Through the wounds of Jesus, we are not only healed but also forgiven, a profound truth that carries eternal significance. Colossians 1:13-14 proclaims this powerful reality. "For he has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son he loves, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins." This isn't just a distant hope or abstract promise. It's a rescue mission that Jesus completed for you. He reached into the darkness of sin and shame, pulling you out and bringing you into his glorious kingdom of light. Forgiveness is more than just a clean slate. It's a transformation. It's not simply erasing the record of your wrongs, but rewriting your story entirely. Through Christ's sacrifice, you are redeemed, made whole, and given a brand new identity. As 2 Corinthians 5:17 reminds us, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here." This is the miracle of forgiveness. It doesn't leave you where it found you. Instead, it makes you new, replacing guilt with grace and shame with the righteousness of Christ. When you accept this forgiveness, you are no longer defined by your past mistakes. They don't have the power to label you, control you, or hold you back. Instead, you are defined by who Jesus is and what he has done. His righteousness becomes your covering, his victory becomes your inheritance, and his love becomes the foundation of your life. Imagine stepping fully into this truth, living with the freedom that comes from knowing you are completely forgiven and wholly loved. Let go of the chains of guilt and shame. Step into your new identity, one marked by redemption, grace, and the unshakable peace of belonging to Christ. Beloved, the time to claim your inheritance is now. The healing, peace, and freedom that Jesus purchased for you on the cross are not distant promises or rewards for some future moment. They are already yours. These gifts of grace, paid for in full by his sacrifice, are waiting for you to receive them. Don't let fear, doubt, or the lies of the enemy convince you that you're unworthy or that it's not the right time. The enemy's greatest tactic is to keep you from stepping into the fullness of what God has promised, but the truth is, you were made for this. Now is the moment to take hold of all that God has prepared for you. Hebrews 10:23 calls us to boldness. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. God's promises are not fragile or uncertain. They are backed by his unchanging faithfulness. He is the God who keeps his word, the God who moves mountains, and the God who is ready to meet you in your need. Hold on to this hope with unshakable confidence, knowing that he will never fail you. As you embrace the healing, peace, and freedom found in Jesus, let it ignite a fire within you, a fire that transforms your life and draws others to the light of his love. Your journey is not just for you, it's a beacon of hope to those still searching. As Jesus said in Matthew 5:16, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." When you walk in God's promises, your life becomes a testimony of his grace and power. Don't wait another moment. Step forward in faith, claim your inheritance, and let your life shine as a living testament to the goodness of God. Let us close with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, we stand in awe of your love and the sacrifice of your Son, Jesus. We thank you for his wounds that brought us healing, his blood that redeemed us, and his peace that anchors us. Lord, we lay every burden at your feet and declare that by his stripes, we are healed. Let your Spirit move in power, breaking chains, mending hearts, and restoring lives. May each person here walk in the fullness of your promises, boldly declaring the truth of your love. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. My friends, if this message has touched your heart, I encourage you to share it. Comment below and declare your faith. Remember, by his stripes you are healed, forgiven, and set free. Live in this truth and let your life testify to the power of his ultimate sacrifice. There's a reason you feel different, set apart, as if you're walking through life with a secret only the universe knows. Awaken, chosen ones. Because the most formidable power isn't one that announces itself. It's the one hidden in plain sight. Whispers have circled about those who are gifted, touched by something extraordinary. But here's the twist. Not even you, the chosen one, fully understand the depths of your true identity. It's a riddle locked away by divine intention, preserved until the precise moment you are meant to reveal yourself. Why? Because what lies within you isn't just any kind of strength. It's a hidden force that could reshape everything. If the world knew what you were capable of, chaos might follow. They'd either place you on a pedestal as the next superhero meme or seek to control you, commodify your essence. But here's the beauty. You're hidden in plain sight, underestimated, blending seamlessly into the tapestry of the mundane. And why does this happen? Because your time hasn't come. You're a key piece in a game of cosmic chess, where the most subtle and patient moves win. Until then, you are both the calm before the storm and the unexpected plot twist waiting to disrupt everything. You embody a contradiction, The harmony of humility cloaking unimaginable strength. Those who cross your path may think they've figured you out. They see a calm presence, someone who moves with modesty and simplicity. But they're wrong. Beneath this serene exterior lies an untamed power that could shift the very ground you walk on. Yet you don't unleash it, not out of fear or hesitation, but because you understand the art of timing. Why show your cards when you're playing to win the entire game? The world often equates power with noise, boisterous confidence, and visible domination. But your quiet strength is a storm no one sees coming. This patience, this restraint, is not a lack of ambition. It's a strategy. People may mistake your silence for weakness, but in reality, it's the profound control of someone who doesn't need to prove anything. You're playing the long game, knowing that real power needs no spotlight. And when the time is right and you choose to reveal even a fraction of what you're capable of, the shift will be seismic. Until then, you continue in the shadows, confident that your silence is your most formidable disguise. Every tear you've shed, every moment when you felt the weight of the world bearing down on you was not in vain. Your trials were not random acts of suffering. They were a masterclass in resilience. The universe doesn't test the weak, it refines the chosen. Each setback, each heartbreak, was a fire that burned away the unnecessary, leaving only your purest, strongest parts intact. While others break under pressure, you adapt and rise. You've been forged like steel, heated and hammered until every ounce of your being is sharp and unyielding. This process was never about punishment. It was preparation, an intricate divine plan designed to make you indomitable. Through your challenges, you've learned survival, adaptability, and the kind of strength that only comes from enduring the storm and standing tall when the sky clears. Think back to your darkest moments. While they were painful, they also forced you to dig deep, to find reserves of courage you never knew existed. Without those moments, you wouldn't have the depth, insight, or power that now courses through your veins. The truth is, true greatness requires pressure. Diamonds don't form in the soft embrace of the earth. They are born under crushing forces. Your struggles were a blueprint, crafting you into a force that can not only withstand adversity but thrive in its wake. It's not something you try to do, but you intimidate people. Your presence alone can be unsettling, a quiet reminder that power doesn't always need to announce itself. While others may puff out their chests and seek validation through showy displays of confidence, you move with an understated grace that speaks volumes. It's not that you're aloof or intentionally making others uncomfortable. It's that there's something about your energy that hints at a deeper power, an unseen force that commands respect without asking for it. The truth is, most people are not accustomed to real strength. They're used to the loud, the flashy, the obvious. But your quiet confidence throws them off. It makes them question themselves and the superficial definitions of power they've built their lives around. They may not understand why they feel this way around you, but they sense it. There's more to you than meets the eye. This is why God has chosen to keep your identity hidden. If people were fully aware of what you carry inside, it wouldn't just make them uneasy, it would terrify them. The world isn't ready for your full light yet, and that's by design. Your quiet power creates a natural filter, repelling those who aren't meant to be in your life while attracting those who can handle your intensity. The ones who stay are the ones who can see beyond the surface and appreciate the silent storm that is you. While others are swept up in trends, debates, and distractions, you see through it all. Your vision cuts through the noise like a blade, revealing the motives and truths that most are too busy, or too afraid, to see. This clarity isn't an accident, it's a gift. It's part of why you were chosen, why your identity must remain concealed until the right moment. Most people build their lives on half-truths and comforting illusions, but you see beyond that. You're not seduced by appearances, you're drawn to substance. This ability can be isolating. You might find yourself wondering why others can't see what seems so obvious to you. But this insight comes with its own challenges. If you were to reveal everything you know, it wouldn't just open eyes, it would disrupt lives. the weight of that knowledge could be too much for most to bear. That's why, for now, your understanding stays hidden. You navigate life playing chess while others are stuck playing checkers, moving with an awareness that few can fathom. Your discernment keeps you steps ahead of those who are caught in life's superficial games. You know when people are being sincere and when they're masking their true selves. You see through the charades and understand that most battles fought in the public eye are distractions from the true conflict happening beneath the surface. You operate on a different level, one that doesn't seek applause but focuses on impact. Your path is not something that ordinary people can grasp. Your destiny is so vast that to reveal your true nature prematurely would invite disbelief, jealousy, and attempts to contain you within limited definitions of success. You weren't crafted for mediocrity or bound by conventional standards. Your dreams stretch beyond what most consider possible, not because you're audacious, but because your spirit was designed to soar. Living among those who see only the small picture can be challenging. Your ideas, ambitions, and vision might seem excessive to some or overly idealistic. But their reactions are not a reflection of you. They're a mirror of their own limitations. If you revealed the true magnitude of your destiny too soon, it would invite misunderstanding and worse, attempts to box you in. People project their fears onto what they can't understand, and your brilliance would be no exception. This hidden phase of your life is crucial. It's a time for you to grow without external pressures, to cultivate your abilities without the weight of judgment or expectation. You are meant to rise in your own time, not just for your sake, but to inspire others to break free from their own constraints. When your time comes, your emergence will not just elevate you, it will challenge those around you to expand their own understanding of what is possible. Your way of seeing the world is almost alien to most. You don't just think outside the box, you live there. While others get caught in the noise of daily life, you're already envisioning what's next, questioning the very fabric of reality itself. It's not arrogance, it's how you're wired. Your thoughts are revolutionary, your ideas disruptive, and your insights so deep they could shake foundational beliefs. And yet the world isn't ready. If you shared the full depth of your understanding, it wouldn't just challenge people. It would shatter the carefully built illusions they depend on. Most people aren't equipped to handle the kind of enlightenment you carry. They're comfortable with lies that fit their narrative, unwilling to confront the hard truths that could unsettle their world. That's why, for now, your wisdom stays under wraps. This hidden knowledge is your power, a silent force shaping the way you interact with the world. It's why you don't rush to share your insights or try to convince others of your perspective. You know that your moment will come, and when it does, the truth you reveal will be undeniable. Until then, you walk among others, holding a reality they can't yet see. In a world obsessed with noise, your silence speaks louder than any proclamation. While others feel compelled to broadcast their every move, you choose stillness. It's not because you lack things to say. It's because you understand that real power is felt, not heard. Those who constantly declare their worth are often seeking validation. You, however, don't need to. Your silence carries weight, commanding respect without demanding it. This quiet strength is unsettling to some because it defies the norms. In a society where the loudest voice often wins, your calm confidence is a reminder that power isn't about volume but depth. People may misinterpret your silence as passivity, but in truth, it's a shield, a strategy that keeps unnecessary drama at bay and lets you operate under the radar. You know that words can be forgotten, but the impact of silence lingers. Your silence allows you to move deliberately. Every action is a calculated choice, far more powerful than empty words. When you do speak or act, the world takes notice. Those who are attuned to your energy will understand. For those who don't, they were never meant to. Your silence is not just a lack of noise, it's a statement, an unspoken declaration of self-assurance and mastery. Without even trying, you repel those with shallow motives. There's something about your energy that acts like a mirror, reflecting the true nature of those around you. People with hidden agendas or false pretenses find it difficult to be in your presence because it's as if their masks start to slip. They can't maintain their facade because, deep down, they know you see through it. You don't go out of your way to expose these people. They do it to themselves simply by being near you. This is one of your greatest strengths. It acts as a filter, naturally pushing away those who don't belong in your life and making space for those who can see your worth. You don't waste time with pretenders because they self-select out of your circle. Your authenticity acts like a spotlight, illuminating every false motive and revealing the truth behind interactions. This natural barrier is one of the reasons your identity is kept hidden. It's for your protection. If people with shallow intentions fully grasp the depth of your power, they wouldn't just feel uncomfortable, they'd crumble. And in a world full of pretenders, being genuine is a power few can handle. Your abilities are like a ticking time bomb, full of potential, waiting for the right moment to detonate. You know you possess talents and insights that others would do anything to have, yet you hold back. This isn't fear, it's wisdom. The timing of your revelation is crucial. The world isn't yet ready for the magnitude of what you carry. You may have moments where inspiration strikes, a flash of brilliance that could change everything. But you pause, not out of hesitation, but because you know the value of patience. Revealing your power too soon could lead to misunderstanding, misuse, or resistance from those who aren't prepared for it. God orchestrates these delays, ensuring that when your time comes, the impact is monumental. Each experience, each lesson learned, sharpens your edge. Your potential is not dormant. It's growing, evolving, waiting for the perfect conditions to ignite. The world might be impatient, but you understand that your gifts are meant for something greater, something that will leave a mark that's unforgettable. When that moment comes, you won't just step into your power, you'll explode into it, illuminating paths for others to follow. While many fear solitude, you thrive in it. Isolation isn't a punishment. For you, it's a sanctuary. It's where you find clarity, where your creativity flourishes, and where your most profound realizations come to light. In a world that equates worth with social presence, your comfort with being alone is misunderstood as a weakness, but it's anything but. In solitude, you connect with the deepest parts of yourself, exploring ideas free from the noise and opinions of others. It's where you recharge, strengthen your resolve, and prepare for what's next. This time apart is vital, allowing you to cultivate insights and skills that most can't even comprehend because they are too busy seeking validation. Your isolation is where your true strength lies. It's where you learn to trust yourself fully. God has kept you apart from the chaos for a reason. This time allows you to build an unshakable foundation. When you step back into the world, you bring with you a well of wisdom that sets you apart. People might see your solitude as a disadvantage, but it's the breeding ground for your greatest strengths. It's in these quiet moments that you gather the power that will one day inspire and uplift those around you. Your identity is hidden not just for your growth, but for your protection. There are adversaries you haven't yet encountered, individuals and forces that would do anything to undermine your progress if they knew the truth. Your gifts, your power, they're formidable enough to inspire envy, fear, and attempts at control. God's shielding is no accident, it's a strategic move. By keeping your true nature under wraps, you're granted the time and space to strengthen yourself without interference. This cloak of invisibility allows you to move freely, honing your skills and preparing for the inevitable battles to come. When those adversaries finally reveal themselves, you will be more than ready to face them. Your current phase of invisibility isn't weakness, it's preparation. You're not just hidden, you're fortified. This time is an opportunity to gather your strength so that when you do step into the light, you're not only ready, but unstoppable. Your emergence will be a force that can't be ignored, proving that the quietest moments often birth the strongest warriors. You are not a weapon to be wielded by just anyone. Your potential is too great, too impactful to be controlled or misused. Unlike those who seek power for selfish gains, your gifts are reserved for a higher calling. They are meant to challenge the status quo, disrupt norms, and spark authentic change. God's careful shielding ensures that your gifts are nurtured, not squandered. You aren't here to engage in trivial pursuits. You are being prepared for monumental tasks that require a unique kind of strength and insight. This time of waiting is an incubation period where you gain the discernment needed to navigate the complexities of your destiny. When the time comes, you won't just play the game. You'll redefine it. Your purpose will be clear, and your impact profound. You are not meant to be part of the noise, but a catalyst for transformation. Your journey isn't defined by survival, but by the indelible mark you are destined to leave. Your existence is a testament to the extraordinary potential within you. Every struggle you have faced, every moment wrapped in silence, and every instance of solitude has been more than mere experiences. They have been your crucible. These moments were not just tests. They were divine preparations, each refining you, honing your character, and carving out a vessel capable of holding a power few can fathom. Understand that the quiet times, when life seemed to move slower and the world's noise seemed to fade, were not moments of absence, but moments of profound growth. In those silent stretches you gathered wisdom, patience, and resilience that would become the foundation for your greatest triumphs. When your moment arrives, it won't come with fanfare or be accompanied by a declaration. It will be a quiet unveiling, profound yet natural, and the world will finally understand that the greatest forces are those hidden until the perfect moment to rise. This will be the moment where your struggles will make sense, your silence will be understood, and your solitude will prove its worth. And when that day comes, the world will finally understand that the greatest forces are often the ones hidden until the perfect moment to rise. As you journey towards this destiny, remember that every step, every setback, and every triumph has a purpose. You are not just surviving, you are preparing. And when you finally stand in your full light, the world will see that your existence was never ordinary, but always extraordinary. If this message resonated with you and inspired yourself, consider joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment. Hit that subscribe button and be part of this community. Your support means everything, helping us bring more value content. Thank you for being here, and get ready for the moment when your light shines brightest. Have you ever felt a profound shift deep within, as if you were awakening to a greater understanding of yourself and the world? This is not a mere fleeting feeling, but a distinct, undeniable sense that something inside you is changing. Like a fog lifting after a long night, you begin to see life, yourself, and existence with newfound clarity. Spiritual awakening is more than a simple aha moment. It is a profound and ongoing journey of transformation. Unlike a straight road, it's more akin to a spiral, sometimes looping back to familiar stages, sometimes skipping ahead. Yet despite the variations in individual paths, we are united by common experiences. Today, let us explore the 5 stages of spiritual awakening, each offering unique challenges and profound growth. Number 1. Unconsciousness, the sleep of the ego. We begin our journey in the stage of unconsciousness, where most of humanity resides for large portions of their lives. This stage is marked by a deep entanglement with the ego, the constructed self that we believe ourselves to be. The ego identifies with external labels, gender, profession, social status, ethnicity, and even personal preferences and thoughts. In this stage, we see the world through the narrow lens of our self-created identity, a perspective shaped by our past, upbringing, and societal conditioning. At this level, our thoughts and emotions are our masters. They govern us with little conscious awareness. It is a state of reaction, reacting to life rather than actively shaping it. Have you ever felt trapped in repetitive cycles of anger, frustration, or defensiveness? These emotional responses are the ego's way of maintaining control. The unconscious mind believes life happens to us, rather than realizing that we are active participants and creators of our experience. In this phase, we live life through our personal narrative, often feeling as though the world is against us. This state of unconsciousness fosters a lack of clarity, especially in how we view others. We project our own fears, judgments, and insecurities onto those around us, making it difficult to see people as they truly are. It's important to remember that unconsciousness is not a flaw or weakness, but simply a stage of growth. Many of us remain in this stage for years, and it often takes a significant catalyst, whether trauma, loss, or profound questioning, to shake us from this slumber and prompt us to seek more. The realization that something is amiss marks the beginning of awakening. It is the moment you first acknowledge the limitations of your current way of being and recognize the patterns you've been unconsciously repeating. Number 2. Ego. Death breaking the illusions. The next stage, often referred to as ego death, is a pivotal turning point in the spiritual journey. This phase is marked by the dismantling of the ego's stronghold over your identity and perception of the world. For many, this process can be disorienting, even painful, as it involves the breakdown of long-held beliefs about who you are. But what exactly is ego death? It is not a literal death, but a symbolic dissolution of the false self, the version of you that has been defined by external labels, roles, and societal expectations. Imagine your identity as a house built from the bricks of cultural conditioning, personal experiences, and inherited beliefs. During ego death, that house is dismantled brick by brick until you are left standing amidst the rubble of your former self. What remains is the observer, the part of you that has always been present, but was obscured by the noise of the ego. In this stage, you may feel a sense of emptiness or detachment, as though you no longer know who you are. This is a natural part of the process. The ego, which was once the center of your identity, is no longer in control, leaving space for something far more authentic to emerge. The initial experience of ego death can be terrifying because it challenges everything you've believed about yourself and the world. Many people resist this phase, clinging to the familiar structures of their identity out of fear. However, the key to navigating ego death is surrender, allowing the process to unfold without desperately trying to piece your old self back together. By accepting that you are not the labels and stories you once identified with, you open the door to a deeper understanding of your true nature. Ego death paves the way for the discovery of the observer self, the silent witness that watches your thoughts, emotions, and experiences without becoming entangled in them. This realization is the beginning of a profound shift in perspective. No longer driven by the desires and fears of the ego, you begin to see life with greater clarity and detachment, allowing for more compassion and understanding, both for yourself and others. Number 3. The search. A quest for truth and meaning. As you move beyond the dissolution of the ego, a burning question arises. Who am I really? This stage, known as the search, is a deeply transformative period where you embark on a quest to uncover the answers to life's most profound questions. This stage is not a passive phase of waiting for answers to come to you. Rather, it is an active pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. You may find yourself drawn to spiritual literature, ancient philosophies, mystical teachings, and esoteric practices. For many, this stage involves immersing themselves in spiritual practices such as meditation, contemplation, prayer, or breath work in a bid to connect with something greater than the self. In the search, the mind and heart work together in harmony. It is not merely an intellectual exploration, but a journey into the depths of your being. The more you search, the more you begin to unravel the mysteries of your existence. However, this stage is often marked by intense curiosity and a desire to find the ultimate truth. This longing can be both liberating and frustrating, as the answers are not always immediate or clear. The search phase is often characterized by moments of deep revelation, followed by periods of confusion or doubt. These oscillations are part of the journey. Each new insight shifts your perspective, but as the layers of truth unfold, you may realize how much more there is to discover. At its core, the search is about alignment with your higher self. You are no longer content with surface-level answers. You seek a deeper, more authentic connection with your soul and the universe. As you progress, you begin to experience moments of inner knowing, flashes of clarity that feel like pieces of a cosmic puzzle falling into place. This stage can be both exciting and isolating. While you may feel a deep connection to spiritual wisdom, you might also experience a sense of separation from those who are not on the same path. It's common to feel misunderstood by friends and family, which can create feelings of loneliness. However, these experiences are an integral part of the process, helping you to shed old layers of attachment and align more fully with your true purpose. Number 4. Emergence of the authentic self, returning to your essence. After a period of intense searching, a new phase begins, the emergence of the authentic self. This stage is one of the most liberating yet challenging moments in the spiritual journey. It is marked by the shedding of the false personas and societal masks you have worn for so long. The self that is now emerging is not new, but a return to your original essence, the part of you that existed before you were shaped by external influences. During this stage, pretending becomes impossible. The layers of pretense, the need to fit in, and the desire for external validation fall away. You find it increasingly difficult to conform to the roles and expectations that no longer resonate with your inner truth. This phase can bring significant upheaval, as you may feel compelled to make major life changes that reflect your newfound authenticity. Old relationships, careers, and commitments that are misaligned with your true self may begin to crumble. The authentic self demands that you live in alignment with your deepest values, which often means letting go of situations, people, and environments that no longer serve your spiritual growth. This period can be uncomfortable, as it often involves stepping into the unknown and trusting the process of transformation. While the emergence of the authentic self can lead to external changes, the most profound shifts occur internally. Old wounds and emotional traumas that were buried deep within the unconscious may resurface, demanding to be healed and released. These experiences can feel like an emotional roller coaster, but they are necessary for clearing the way for your true self to shine through. As your authentic self emerges, you may also experience heightened spiritual sensitivity. Many people report experiencing ascension symptoms, such as vivid dreams, intuitive insights, and even physical sensations of energy moving through the body. These are signs that your consciousness is expanding and that you are becoming more attuned to the subtle energies of the universe. At this stage, there is a profound sense of freedom. You no longer feel bound by the expectations of society or the limitations of your ego. Instead, you are guided by your inner truth, which radiates from a place of deep self-awareness and self-love. Number 5. Life of alignment. Living in harmony with the universe. The final stage of spiritual awakening is the transition into a life of alignment, where the lessons and realizations of the previous stages are fully integrated into your daily existence. This stage is not a destination, but a way of being. It signifies a harmonious union between your authentic self, the world around you, and the deeper cosmic currents that guide your soul's evolution. Living in alignment means that every aspect of your life, your thoughts, emotions, actions, and relationships, flows in sync with your higher purpose. You are no longer striving to become something. Instead, you are simply being. There is a deep sense of inner peace that arises from knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing what you are meant to do. One of the hallmarks of this stage is a profound sense of compassion, not only for yourself, but for all beings. You recognize that every individual is on their unique path of awakening, and you extend understanding and forgiveness for their limitations, just as you have done for your own. There is no longer a need for judgment or criticism. Instead, you approach others with empathy, seeing them as fellow travelers on the journey of life. At this stage, the lines between self and others, between humanity and nature, between the individual and the universe, begin to blur. You experience a deep interconnectedness with all life forms. You see the divine in everything, the trees, the sky, the animals, the earth, and even in the challenges that life presents. This sense of oneness is not a concept, but a lived reality. A life of alignment is not without its challenges. Even in this stage, you may encounter difficulties, but your perspective has shifted. Rather than seeing obstacles as problems to be solved, you view them as opportunities for growth and expansion. You trust in the flow of life and surrender to its unfolding, knowing that every experience is an integral part of your soul's evolution. In this final stage, you become a nurturer for yourself. You practice self-compassion, embracing your imperfections with love and understanding. This unconditional self-love becomes the foundation from which all other aspects of your life flow. As your relationship with yourself deepens, so does your ability to nurture others and the world around you. The journey of spiritual awakening is a transformative and ongoing process. It is not linear, nor does it have a definitive endpoint. You may find yourself revisiting certain stages, looping back to moments of unconsciousness or searching for truth, even after reaching a life of alignment. This is the nature of spiritual evolution. It is a spiral, ever deepening and expanding. Wherever you are on this path, remember that every stage has its purpose. Each phase, from the entanglement with the ego to the emergence of the authentic self, is a vital part of your growth. Be gentle with yourself. Trust in the process and know that you are exactly where you need to be. If this journey resonates with you, I invite you to share this exploration with others. Together, we can support one another in awakening to the deeper truths of existence, recognizing the divine within ourselves and in the world around us. Thank you for taking the time to explore these insights with me. If you found value in this message, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel and become a part of this growing community. By subscribing, you'll stay connected as we continue to dive deeper into spiritual wisdom and unfold the mysteries of the soul.
Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract success, love, and happiness, while others struggle with constant obstacles? Could there be a hidden force shaping our experiences, one that we're not fully tapping into? The truth is, everything in this universe, including you, is made of energy. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take, emits a vibration that interacts with the world around you. But what happens when you learn to control those vibrations, when you can align your energy with the life you truly desire? In this video, we'll explore the profound impact of vibrating correctly and how understanding this one principle can transform your life in magical ways. You'll discover how your energy attracts or repels the very things you seek, and what you can do to master this energetic flow to manifest your dreams effortlessly. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of energy and vibration? If so, hit the subscribe button and join our community, where we explore spiritual wisdom, hidden truths, and tools to elevate your vibration every single day. Your journey to becoming a conscious creator of your reality starts here. Let's dive in. Energy is not a concept limited to physics or metaphysics. It is the very essence of life itself. From the breath you take to the emotions you feel, energy flows through you in an endless current. It sustains you, connects you to others, and interacts with everything in your environment. The universe is made of energy vibrating at different frequencies. Even though we perceive solid objects, they are not truly solid at the atomic level. Everything is in constant motion, vibrating at a particular frequency, and the same goes for our thoughts, emotions, and actions. These vibrations form a feedback loop between you and the universe, determining the circumstances you experience. This vibrational exchange works much like a radio transmitter, Every moment you're sending out an energetic frequency, your unique vibration, into the universe. And here's the incredible part. The universe is always listening. It responds to the energy you're emitting by bringing experiences, people, and opportunities that align with your frequency. Whether you're aware of it or not, this energetic exchange is happening all the time. The key to unlocking your true potential lies in becoming conscious of the vibrations you're sending out. When you learn to intentionally align your energy with what you desire, you begin to attract the life you've always envisioned. Every action, from the simplest tasks like breathing or walking to more complex thoughts and emotions, requires energy. Your emotions, whether they are positive or negative, carry their own distinct vibrational patterns. Positive emotions such as love, joy, and gratitude resonate at high frequencies, while emotions like anger, fear, and frustration vibrate at lower frequencies. The higher your vibration, the more aligned you are with the energies of abundance, peace, and harmony. Consider the moments in your life when you felt truly at peace or profoundly joyful. In those moments, you were emitting a high-frequency energy that was in sync with the flow of the universe. Conversely, think about the times when you were overwhelmed by anger or stress. In those instances, your vibration was lower, and you likely noticed that negative experiences seemed to multiply around you. This brings us to a profound realization. You are a co-creator of your reality, and the energy you emit plays a crucial role in shaping your life. To change your external circumstances, you must first change your internal energy. The concept that like attracts like is not just a philosophical idea, it is a vibrational law. You are a magnet, continuously drawing experiences, people, and opportunities that match the energy you are putting out into the world. This is often referred to as the law of attraction, but to understand it fully, we must explore how it works on an energetic level. Each thought you have generates an energy wave, a specific frequency that ripples out into the universe. These waves interact with the universal field of energy, attracting similar frequencies. This is why when you focus on positive outcomes and maintain an optimistic mindset, you tend to attract positive experiences. Similarly, when your mind is consumed with worry, fear, or negativity, you often find yourself surrounded by challenges that reinforce those states of being. It's not just about thinking positively, however. While your thoughts initiate the vibration, it is your emotional state that amplifies it. The combination of thought and emotion creates a powerful, energetic signal that the universe responds to. Your emotions act as the fuel that propels your thoughts into reality. This is why when you are truly passionate about something, or when you feel intense gratitude or love, you often see faster and more profound manifestations. But the opposite is also true. Negative emotions like fear and doubt can cancel out positive thoughts, sending mixed signals to the universe. For example, you may desire abundance, but if you constantly worry about money or feel unworthy of wealth, your energetic vibration is not aligned with the abundance you seek. The universe, in turn, mirrors this discord by presenting situations that reinforce scarcity or lack. To harness the power of the law of attraction, it is essential to align your thoughts, emotions, and energy with what you want to create. This means not only thinking about your desires, but feeling as though they are already yours. When you resonate at the frequency of abundance, love, or success, you become a magnet for experiences that match that vibration. At the core of your energy field lies your belief system. Your beliefs, both conscious and subconscious, shape the way you see the world and how you interact with it. These beliefs, whether empowering or limiting, send out powerful energetic signals that influence your reality. For example, if you believe that you are worthy of love, your energy will naturally attract loving relationships. However, If you hold a deep-seated belief that you are unworthy or not good enough, this belief will taint your energy, causing you to repel or sabotage potential connections. The universe mirrors back to you not what you want, but what you believe at the deepest level. Your beliefs act as filters, determining how you interpret and respond to experiences. This is why two people can face the same situation and have completely different outcomes. One may see an opportunity for growth and success, while the other may see only obstacles and failure. The difference lies in their internal belief systems, which influence the energy they emit. Many of our beliefs are formed in childhood, shaped by our environment, family, and society. While some beliefs serve us, others can become obstacles that limit our potential. Identifying and transforming limiting beliefs is a crucial step in mastering your energy and manifesting the life you desire. One powerful method for changing limiting beliefs is through the use of affirmations and visualization. By consistently affirming new, empowering beliefs and visualizing yourself living in alignment with those beliefs, you begin to shift your energetic vibration. Over time, this new vibration will attract experiences that match your elevated state of being. Emotions are the bridge between thought and manifestation. While thoughts create the blueprint for your reality, emotions are the driving force that brings those thoughts to life. Learning to master your emotional energy is key to becoming a conscious creator of your experience. Each emotion you feel has a corresponding vibration, and this vibration influences the energy you emit into the world. High vibration emotions such as love, joy, and gratitude elevate your energy, making you a magnet for positive experiences. Low vibration emotions like fear, anger, and sadness lower your energy, attracting challenges and difficulties. The goal is not to suppress or deny negative emotions, but to learn how to process and transmute them into higher states of being. Emotional mastery involves becoming aware of your emotional triggers and learning how to respond to them in a healthy, conscious way. For instance, when you feel anger rising rather than reacting impulsively, take a moment to breathe and acknowledge the emotion. Recognize that anger is simply energy, and by shifting your focus, you can transform it into something more constructive. This might involve finding the lesson in the situation, practicing forgiveness, or shifting your attention to what you are grateful for. Gratitude, in particular, is a powerful emotion that can quickly elevate your energy. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you raise your vibration and align yourself with the energy of abundance. The more you practice gratitude, the more you attract experiences that give you even more reasons to feel grateful. Our relationships play a significant role in shaping our energy. We are constantly exchanging energy with those around us, and the people we spend the most time with can either uplift us or drain our energy. This is why it is essential to be mindful of the relationships we cultivate and the environments we place ourselves in. Have you ever spent time with someone who made you feel exhausted or depleted, even though no physical activity was involved? This is an example of an energetic imbalance. When we engage with individuals who vibrate at a lower frequency or who are consistently negative, their energy can pull us down, affecting our own vibration. On the other hand, being around people who radiate positivity, love, and encouragement can elevate our energy, making us feel inspired and rejuvenated. The energy of relationships is reciprocal. What we give, we often receive in return. Therefore, it is vital to surround ourselves with individuals who reflect the energy we wish to embody. This does not mean abandoning people who are going through difficult times, but rather being conscious of how much energy we are giving and receiving in each interaction. Setting energetic boundaries is a form of self-care that ensures we maintain our vibrational integrity while still being compassionate and supportive. One way to protect your energy is to practice visualization techniques that shield you from negative influences. For instance, you can imagine yourself surrounded by a protective bubble of white light, which allows positive energy in but keeps negativity at bay. By doing this, you maintain your energetic equilibrium while still being able to engage with the world around you. As energetic beings, we each have a unique purpose and mission in this world. This purpose is not something we must struggle to discover. It is already within us, waiting to be awakened. Your purpose is the reason you are here, and when you align your energy with it, everything in your life falls into place. Many people spend their lives searching for meaning, feeling lost or disconnected from their true selves. This disconnection often arises when we are living out of alignment with our soul's calling. When we ignore our inner guidance and pursue goals that are not in harmony with our higher purpose, we experience a sense of emptiness or dissatisfaction, no matter how successful we may appear to others. To align with your purpose, you must first connect with your inner self. This involves quieting the noise of the external world and tuning in to the subtle energies of your soul. Meditation, mindfulness, and spending time in nature are powerful tools for cultivating this inner connection. When you are attuned to your inner guidance, you will begin to receive intuitive nudges that lead you towards your purpose. Once you have clarity on your purpose, the next step is to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with it. This may involve making significant changes in your life, such as leaving a job that no longer serves you, or pursuing a passion that you have long neglected. While these changes may feel challenging at first, they will ultimately bring you into greater alignment with the energy of your soul. Taking care of your energy is just as important as taking care of your physical body. In fact, the two are deeply interconnected. When your energy is balanced and flowing smoothly, your physical health improves, and you experience greater vitality and well-being. Conversely, when your energy is blocked or depleted, it can manifest as physical illness or emotional distress. Energetic self-care involves practices that cleanse, balance, and replenish your energy field. One of the most effective ways to care for your energy is through meditation. Meditation helps to calm the mind, release stress, and restore the flow of energy throughout the body. Even a few minutes of daily meditation can have profound effects on your energy levels and overall well-being. In addition to meditation, grounding practices such as walking barefoot on the earth, spending time in nature, and practicing yoga can help you reconnect with the natural flow of energy. These activities bring you back into harmony with the Earth's energy field, which is essential for maintaining balance in your own energetic system. Another important aspect of energetic self-care is setting boundaries. This means knowing when to say no to situations, people, or environments that drain your energy. It also involves protecting your energy from negative influences, whether they come from external sources or from your own internal thoughts and emotions. Lastly, remember that the energy you give to others must be replenished. It is easy to fall into the habit of giving more than you receive, especially in relationships or work environments. However, to maintain your vibrational health, it is crucial to balance giving with receiving. This might involve practicing self-compassion, allowing yourself time to rest, or engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. You are far more powerful than you realize. By understanding and mastering the energy you emit, you have the ability to shape your reality, attract your deepest desires, and live in harmony with the universe. The journey towards becoming a conscious creator begins with awareness of your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and the energy they generate. As you move forward on this path, remember that the universe is always responding to the signals you send out. By aligning your energy with love, abundance, and purpose, you open yourself up to a life of limitless possibilities. You are not merely a participant in the cosmic dance. You are a co-creator, and the universe eagerly awaits your harmonious vibrations. Trust in the power of your energy. Trust in the universe. And most importantly, trust in yourself. When you do, you will discover that the life you desire is not only possible, but inevitable.
Welcome, beloved soul. You've found your way here today, and I want you to know, it's no accident. Whether you've sensed it for years or are only now beginning to realize, there's a reason you feel different. There's a reason your soul has always longed for something beyond the surface, something higher, something the world couldn't quite offer you. Today we're going to talk about you, about the quiet transformation that has been unfolding inside of you, piece by piece, year by year. It's the kind of transformation that not everyone can see, but you feel it. It's the kind that defies outward appearances but radiates from your soul, creating ripples in the world around you. Have you ever looked back at your life and wondered why, even as a child, you felt older than your years? Why you carried an invisible weight that others didn't seem to notice? Why your eyes, so young, reflected the depth of experiences far beyond what you should have known? You were different and you knew it, but you couldn't understand it back then. Do you remember those early years, when the other kids seemed carefree, laughing and playing, while you watched with a quiet understanding that separated you from them? You weren't sure why. You may not have known the exact reason, but somewhere deep down, you always felt a weight of knowing, a weight of feeling, a weight of seeing the world in a way others couldn't. You saw the world with a wisdom that others couldn't comprehend, but back then, you didn't have the words to explain it. You just knew you were different. The adults around you may have seen it too. They might have commented on how mature you seemed, how serious, how thoughtful for your age. But that maturity didn't come without its struggles. You carried an invisible burden, a sensitivity, a deep-seated awareness that often made you feel older than your peers. You couldn't shake the feeling that while they were enjoying their childhoods, you were navigating something much heavier. And perhaps you struggled with this, feeling out of place, misunderstood by friends, and maybe even by your own family. But what if I told you that all those early struggles were never a mistake? What if I told you that every ounce of pain, confusion, and anxiety you carried back then was preparing you for something greater? Being chosen is never easy, and as a child you may not have realized what that meant. You may have simply felt the weight of it without knowing its significance. But now, looking back, can you see it? Can you see how even then, God was shaping you, molding you for a purpose far beyond what you could have imagined? You were set apart. You always were. And that's why you never fit into the mold the world tried to place you in. You tried, didn't you? You tried to be like everyone else. You tried to laugh as easily, to join in the games, to pretend you were just like them. But no matter how hard you tried, something inside you always felt different, and that difference wasn't easy to carry. For many of you, those early years were marked by inner battles that you didn't know how to explain. There were days when anxiety gripped you, when fear took hold, and you weren't sure why. You saw the world with eyes that seemed to know more, to feel more. And it was exhausting. Sometimes it felt like you were fighting a war inside yourself, struggling to find a place in a world that never seemed to understand you. But what if those battles weren't meant to destroy you? What if they were meant to refine you? Many of the chosen ones, the ones like you, have lived through chaos that seemed unbearable at times. Your identity shifted constantly, one day feeling bold and confident, the next day feeling invisible and small. You may have spent years trying to figure out who you were, where you belonged, and why you felt so different from those around you. You carried the weight of emotions that felt too big for your young body. The world around you was chaotic, and you struggled to find your footing. You may have felt like you were constantly shifting between wanting to be seen and wanting to disappear altogether. It was confusing, wasn't it? You didn't know who you were supposed to be. Your style, your personality, your very essence felt like it was always in flux. You may have looked in the mirror during those years and not recognized the person staring back at you. There was a disconnection between who you felt inside and the image you saw reflected in the glass. You tried to mold yourself into something that would be accepted by the world, but nothing ever felt quite right. The clothes you wore never seemed to fit, not because they were the wrong size, but because they didn't fit the person you were trying to become. And the world was loud, wasn't it? So loud. Everyone around you seemed to know exactly who they were, or at least they pretended to. And you felt lost. You couldn't find a place where you fit, and that made you feel even more isolated. Even your own family, the people who should have understood you the best, often felt like strangers. But beloved, that chaos wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to shape you. I know it felt lonely. You felt too much, too deeply. You saw the world through eyes that carried the weight of lifetimes of experience, and that kind of depth isn't easy to share with others. Most people couldn't grasp the intensity of what you were going through, and that made you feel even more disconnected. But let me tell you something important. The chosen ones are often misunderstood, and that's because they are called to walk a path that others cannot comprehend. You were carrying a depth, a wisdom, a spiritual weight that was far beyond your years, and it made you feel like an outsider. But you were never meant to fit into the world's mold. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You were chosen, and because of that, your journey was always going to be different. That's why you felt older than your years when you were young. You were carrying something sacred, something divine, but the world couldn't see it. And sometimes, neither could you. And yet, despite the chaos, despite the confusion, something inside you was changing. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, God was working in you. He was quieting the storms, bringing peace to your heart. Maybe it didn't happen all at once. Maybe it took years, even decades. But over time, you began to notice a shift. The battles that once raged inside you started to quiet. The anxieties that once gripped your soul began to loosen their hold. The fear that kept you up at night began to fade. God was working through you, refining you through every struggle, through every tear, through every moment of doubt. He was using the chaos to shape you, to mold you into the person you were always meant to be. And now, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? You see someone transformed, someone who carries the glow of inner strength, of purpose, of God's presence. The face that once showed the stress of trying to fit into a world that didn't understand you now glows with the peace of knowing who you are in God's eyes. Your appearance, your energy, your very spirit seems to have reversed in age. You are younger now, more radiant, more alive than you were when you were younger. And that's because you are walking closer to the person God created you to be. The world may have once told you that you were too much, too sensitive, too emotional, too deep. But now, you know that all of those things are what make you who you are. They are not flaws, they are gifts. And now that you have embraced those gifts, now that you have embraced who you are in God's eyes, something remarkable has happened. You have transformed. Your energy is magnetic, but not in the loud, attention-seeking way of the world. It's quiet. It's powerful. It's grounded in something deeper than flesh and bone. It's the light of God shining through you. You once felt misunderstood, like no one could see you for who you truly were. But now, you don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need everyone to see you. You know that not everyone is meant to walk your path. And that's okay. You have found peace in being set apart, in being chosen. You may still feel different. You may still feel like you don't quite fit into the world around you. But now, you wear that difference with pride, with honor. You know that God has placed something inside you that the world needs, even if it doesn't yet realize it. As you have transformed, the people around you have begun to notice. Some are drawn to your newfound peace, your glowing presence. They admire the strength and beauty that radiates from within you. They see the change in you, and it inspires them. But not everyone responds with kindness. Some are envious of your growth, threatened by the light that now shines from you. They may try to tear you down, to diminish the glow you have worked so hard to cultivate. But they can't touch it. The strength you carry is from God, and the glow of a good soul cannot be destroyed by envy or malice. It is a divine light that stands strong against any attempt to dim it. What they don't understand is that your transformation isn't just physical, it's spiritual. God's hand is on you, and no force can break what He has built within you. Now, as we sit here together, reflecting on the journey that has brought you to this moment, I want you to think back to your younger self. Think back to those old photos you used to shy away from, the ones that made you cringe or feel small. But now, something is different, isn't it? Now, when you look at those photos, you don't feel shame or regret. Instead, you feel love. You see the beauty that was always there, wrapped in innocence, cloaked in the struggle of finding yourself. You see strength in the eyes of the child you once were. How blind we were back then to the beauty that radiated from us, even in our confusion, even when we thought we were lost. Looking back now, with the wisdom you've gained, you don't see weakness. You see bravery. You see courage. You see a soul that was doing the best it could, even when the world seemed too heavy to carry. You were so young, so fragile, and yet, so strong. That younger version of you, though they may have been filled with doubts and fears, was also filled with hope. They longed for the peace you now hold. They prayed in their own way for the life you are now living. And God heard those prayers. He heard them, even when you thought He wasn't listening. Every tear, every cry for help, every moment of doubt, He was there, guiding you toward this very moment. And now, as you look forward, you carry the dreams of that younger self with you. You carry the lessons they taught you, the resilience they built within you. You carry the love they gave you, even when you didn't know how to love yourself. You carry the knowledge that God was with you through it all. He saw the beauty in you when you couldn't see it. He saw the strength you had even when you felt like you were falling apart. And He never let go. So now, as you stand in the glow of your transformation, know this: the journey is far from over. There will still be battles to face, struggles to overcome. But you are no longer fighting alone. You are walking in the grace of God, and He is leading you every step of the way. The glow you carry is not just the result of your efforts, it's the result of God's grace. He has shaped you, refined you, through every hardship, every challenge. And the light you now wear is a reflection of His love shining through you. It's a light that cannot be dimmed by the opinions of others or by the struggles you still face. It is eternal, unwavering, because it is rooted in Him. You walk forward now, not with the need for approval from others, but with the peace of knowing that you are already loved, deeply, unconditionally, by the One who created you. And that love is enough. It always was. As we move forward, we do so with love for the past, the present, and the future. We walk with God, knowing that every step we take is part of His divine plan. And we are proud of who we were, proud of who we are, and proud of the journey that lies ahead. You walk forward with peace in your heart, knowing that every step you take is part of a divine plan, far greater than anything you could have imagined. You are becoming exactly who God created you to be, and there is no greater fulfillment than that. So to those of you who are still in the midst of your transformation, still fighting the inner battles, take heart. You are stronger than you know, more beautiful than you realize, and God is with you, just as He has always been. One day, you will look back on this moment and see the beauty, the strength, and the courage that was always within you. And when that day comes, you will be proud, not just of who you have become, but of the journey that brought you here. Remember, dear ones, you are chosen. You have always been chosen, and that is something no one can ever take away from you. What if the day you were born wasn't just an ordinary day, but a cosmic key to unlocking your higher purpose? What if your birth date contains the blueprint of your soul's potential, pointing to a spiritual destiny that you might only be beginning to understand? Whether you've pondered these questions before, or this is your first encounter with such an idea, you're about to embark on a profound journey, one that could shift your perception of life, destiny, and the universe itself. In this video, we'll explore the ancient wisdom surrounding birth dates, astrology, numerology, and the signs that may indicate you have a spiritual destiny. Whether you feel a deep sense of purpose within you, or are simply curious about what the universe might have in store, this detailed exploration will offer insights, guidance, and a deeper understanding of your personal journey. The idea of being spiritually selected, or chosen, is a concept that has echoed through religious and spiritual beliefs for millennia. It appears in sacred texts, from the prophets of the Bible to the enlightened beings of Buddhist teachings, and in modern spirituality. But what does it truly mean to be chosen? Is it a gift, a burden, or perhaps both? In some traditions, being chosen means being a messenger, an intermediary between the divine and humanity. These individuals are often believed to have unique insights, powers, or responsibilities that set them apart. They may be seen as healers, visionaries, or spiritual guides, endowed with the ability to lead others toward greater understanding and awakening. However, being chosen is not always depicted as a privilege. It often comes with immense challenges, as seen in the lives of figures like Moses, who led his people through immense hardship, or Joan of Arc, whose faith drove her to victory but also led to her eventual martyrdom. It's important to note that the concept of being chosen is not about superiority. It's not about being better than others. Instead, it suggests that some individuals may have a specific role or purpose within the grand tapestry of existence. In many spiritual traditions, everyone is chosen in their own way. Each of us has a unique purpose to fulfill, though the paths we take and the gifts we are given may vary. Your birth date has long been considered a key to understanding your spiritual potential in numerous cultures. The moment you were born is thought to carry the energy of the celestial alignments at that time, infusing you with certain traits, challenges, and possibilities. From the cosmic rhythm of the planets to the mystical significance of numbers, your birth date can be seen as a roadmap to your spiritual destiny. Let's explore some of the key spiritual lenses through which your birth date might be interpreted. Astrology, the ancient study of the stars and their influence on human affairs, offers one of the most well-known frameworks for understanding the significance of birth dates. The idea behind astrology is that the movements and alignments of celestial bodies at the time of your birth influence your personality, your strengths, and your spiritual path. Your zodiac sign, determined by the position of the sun on the day you were born, is just one piece of the astrological puzzle. Each planet in our solar system is associated with different aspects of life and personality. For example, Mercury governs communication, Venus rules love and relationships, and Saturn influences discipline and life lessons. The intricate relationships between these planets, as mapped out in your birth chart, are believed to shape who you are on a deeper level. Individuals born under water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, are often seen as highly intuitive, emotionally attuned, and spiritually sensitive. Water signs are connected to the realms of emotion, dreams, and psychic awareness. Many astrologers believe that those with strong water sign influences in their charts are natural empaths, healers, or spiritual guides. They have an innate ability to sense the energies around them and often feel deeply connected to the spiritual dimensions of life. On the other hand, those born under fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, may be seen as spiritual leaders, capable of inspiring others with their passion, courage, and vision. Fire signs are associated with creativity, action, and transformation. These individuals may feel a burning desire to make a significant impact on the world, often through leadership roles or spiritual teachings that encourage others to embrace their own inner power. While your sun sign provides insight into your core personality, it's the aspects between the planets in your birth chart that reveal the nuances of your spiritual potential. Harmonious aspects like trines, 120-degree angles between planets such as Neptune, the planet of spirituality, and Jupiter, the planet of expansion, with personal planets like the Sun or Moon, are often seen as indicators of spiritual gifts. Those with these alignments may find that spiritual wisdom comes naturally to them, and they may have an innate ability to guide others on their own spiritual journeys. Another point of interest in many astrological charts is the placement of Chiron, a celestial body often referred to as the wounded healer, a title inspired by Greek mythology. In myth, Chiron was a wise and compassionate centaur who, despite his extraordinary healing abilities, could not heal his own wound. This paradox symbolizes a powerful spiritual lesson. Our deepest wounds, when confronted and understood, can become the very source of our greatest strengths and gifts to the world. In astrology, Chiron represents the areas of life where we experience our deepest pain, insecurities, or trauma. Yet, it is also where we hold the greatest potential for personal transformation and healing. Individuals with a prominent Chiron placement in their birth chart are often called to heal others, not through perfection, but by sharing the wisdom they've gained through their own struggles. They may find that the very wounds which once caused them suffering become the source of empathy, insight, and a profound ability to guide others through similar challenges. In many ways, Chiron teaches us that it is through embracing our vulnerabilities that we unlock our most powerful gifts. If astrology offers insights through the stars, numerology provides a way of decoding the spiritual significance of numbers. In numerology, each number is thought to vibrate with a particular energy, and the numbers derived from your birth date can reveal profound insights into your life path, purpose, and spiritual potential. One of the foundational concepts in numerology is the life path number, which is calculated by reducing the digits of your birth date to a single number. For example, if you were born on September 15, 1990, you would calculate your life path number as follows. 9 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 0 equals 34, then 3 plus 4 equals Yeram. In this example, your life path number would be 7, a number associated with spirituality, wisdom, and introspection. Each life path number is associated with different characteristics and potential destinies. Some numbers, such as 11, 22, and 33, are considered master numbers in numerology and are believed to carry special spiritual significance. Those with these numbers may feel a heightened sense of responsibility to fulfill their spiritual potential and to serve others in meaningful ways. Let's take a brief look at the significance of each life path number. Life Path 1: leadership, independence, and originality. Those with a Life Path 1 are often seen as trailblazers, forging new paths in their spiritual and personal lives. Life Path 2: cooperation, diplomacy, and sensitivity. These individuals are natural peacemakers and may feel drawn to healing relationships and fostering harmony. Life Path 3: creativity, self-expression, and joy. People with a Life Path 3 often bring light to others through their creative or artistic talents. Life Path 4: stability, practicality, and determination. Those with this life path may find their spiritual calling in grounding and supporting others through difficult times. Life Path 5: freedom, adventure, and adaptability. People with a Life Path 5 often feel called to explore different spiritual philosophies and ways of being. Life Path 6: harmony, responsibility, and nurturing. These individuals are often caregivers or healers, dedicated to making the world a better place. Life Path 7: analysis, spirituality, and wisdom. Life Path 7 is deeply introspective, often drawn to mystical or spiritual studies. Life Path 8: authority, material success, and power. Life Path 8: individuals may feel called to use their influence for positive change, balancing spiritual and material success. Life Path 9: humanitarianism, compassion, and artistic talents. Those with a Life Path 9 often feel a strong desire to serve humanity and to contribute to the greater good. In addition to the general principles of astrology and numerology, certain dates are considered particularly significant in spiritual traditions. These dates may be linked to celestial events, repeating number patterns, or other mystical associations. Let's take a closer look at some of these key dates and what they might signify. January 1st. As the first day of the Gregorian calendar year, January 1st is often associated with new beginnings and leadership. Those born on this day may have a pioneering spirit and a natural ability to inspire others. February 29th. This rare birthday, which only occurs in leap years, is sometimes associated with unique destiny. Those born on this day may be seen as having special gifts or an unusual life path, often linked to heightened intuition or psychic abilities. March 21st, the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere. March 21st marks the astrological new year and the start of the zodiac with Aries. It symbolizes rebirth and new beginnings. Individuals born on this day might be natural leaders with a strong drive to initiate change. April 11th. In numerology, this date reduces to the master number 11, associated with spiritual insight and enlightenment. People born on this date are often believed to have a strong connection to the spiritual realm and may be natural visionaries or inspirational figures. May 5th. The repeating number pattern of 5/5 in numerology is associated with change and freedom. Those born on this day may have a natural adaptability and a talent for inspiring others to embrace personal growth and transformation. June 21st, the summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. June 21st is the longest day of the year. It is associated with light, growth, and nurturing. Individuals born on this day may have a natural ability to care for and support others in their spiritual development. July 7th. The repeating number 7/7 is significant in many spiritual traditions, as 7 is often considered a deeply spiritual number. Those born on this date may have a natural affinity for spiritual studies and practices. August 8th. The repeating number 8/8 is associated in numerology with power, authority, and material success. In a spiritual context, this could translate to the power to effect positive change and the responsibility to use material success for higher purposes. September 9th. The date, 9/9, resonates with the energies of the number 9, which represents completion, humanitarianism, and spiritual wisdom. Those born on this day may feel a strong call to serve humanity and share their spiritual insights. October 10th. This date reduces to 1 in numerology, representing new beginnings. In the context of the 10th month, it may indicate someone who can initiate new spiritual cycles or teachings. November 11th. The date. 11/11 is considered highly significant in many spiritual circles. It is associated with spiritual awakening, enlightenment, and the bridging of the physical and spiritual realms. Those born on this day may be natural lightworkers or spiritual teachers. December 21st. The winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere, December 21st, marks the longest night of the year and the gradual return of light. It is associated with rebirth and transformation. Individuals born on this day may have a natural ability to guide others through periods of darkness towards spiritual illumination. These are just a few examples of dates considered spiritually significant in various traditions. It's important to remember that every day holds the potential for spiritual significance, and individuals born on any date can embark on a meaningful spiritual journey. Your birth date might offer interesting insights into your potential spiritual gifts or challenges, but it doesn't predetermine your path. Ultimately, it's your choices, actions, and dedication to personal growth that shape your spiritual journey. You might be wondering if there are any signs or experiences that could suggest you're one of the chosen ones. While there are no definitive answers, certain traits and life experiences may hint at a deeper spiritual role. Here are some potential indicators. One sign is strong intuition. If you often have gut feelings that turn out to be correct or experience déjà vu frequently, this heightened sense of knowing might point to a deeper connection with spiritual truths. Similarly, Individuals with empathic abilities can easily sense and absorb others' emotions, sometimes feeling overwhelmed in crowded places. This heightened emotional sensitivity is often seen as a marker of spiritual empathy. Another clue could be your vivid dreams, which are often prophetic or filled with symbolic messages that feel significant. Many believe dreams can serve as a communication channel between the spiritual realm and us. Likewise, if you frequently encounter synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random, these may be guiding signs from the universe, pointing you toward your spiritual path. Some people possess natural healing abilities, where others feel better simply in their presence, or they have a knack for saying just the right words to comfort or heal others, emotionally or spiritually. Coupled with this, if you have always felt an attraction to spiritual topics like philosophy, spirituality, or the mysteries of the universe, this intellectual curiosity could be a sign of a spiritual calling. You might also feel different from others, like you don't quite fit into societal norms or expectations, as if you're meant for something greater or different. This sense of not belonging could be an indicator that your soul carries a unique purpose. Alongside this, if you have a strong sense of purpose despite any uncertainty, you may feel a persistent inner calling to make a significant impact on the world, even if you're not entirely sure how yet. Some individuals experience unexplained phenomena, paranormal or spiritual encounters that defy logical explanation, such as visions or overwhelming spiritual connections. These occurrences can be another clue toward a divine mission. Lastly, having heightened sensitivity to energies, environments, or even certain foods might indicate a spiritual awareness that allows you to tune into energies others may not perceive. While these traits might suggest a spiritual calling, they are not exclusive to chosen ones. Everyone has the potential for spiritual growth and to positively impact the world. If you resonate with these experiences, it might be worth exploring your spiritual path more deeply. However, even without grand signs, a quiet sense of purpose or a deepening connection to the divine can also indicate a special spiritual role. While the idea of being chosen may suggest a predetermined destiny, it's essential to understand the role free will plays in your spiritual journey. Your birth date, astrological chart, or numerological profile may suggest certain potentials or tendencies, but they do not dictate a fixed path. You always have the power to choose how to live, grow, and evolve. Being born on a spiritually significant date doesn't guarantee enlightenment or a specific destiny. It's up to you to recognize your potential and act on it. Conversely, being born on any other date doesn't limit your capacity for spiritual growth or leadership. Free will means that you have the ability to shape your own spiritual path. You can choose to develop your intuitive gifts, seek knowledge, practice compassion, or ignore these aspects altogether. The choice is yours. This interplay between potential and choice creates a dynamic spiritual journey. Your birth date might offer a starting point or a hint at your spiritual potential, but it's your decisions and actions that truly define your path. True spiritual growth often comes from consciously choosing to align with your higher purpose, regardless of the date you were born. Recognizing your spiritual potential is just the first step. To truly harness and develop your gifts, a lifelong journey of dedication, practice, and patience is required. One powerful way to cultivate your abilities is through meditation, which helps quiet the mind, enhances intuition, and deepens your connection to your higher self. Through meditation, you can unlock greater spiritual awareness and insight. Along with this, practicing mindfulness, the art of being fully present in each moment, heightens your sensitivity to the spiritual world, allowing you to tune into subtle energies and divine guidance. Another key element in spiritual growth is study. Exploring various spiritual traditions, philosophies, and practices broadens your perspective, offering valuable knowledge that can enhance your journey. Keeping a journal of your dreams, intuitions, and spiritual experiences can provide a space to track your progress, process emotions, and gain deeper insights into your personal spiritual path. Engaging in energy work, whether through Reiki or yoga, can help you attune to the subtle energies around you, strengthening your ability to heal and support others. Likewise, spending time in nature helps ground your spirit, providing a direct link to the divine and fostering a sense of harmony with the natural world. Another essential practice is service to others. By engaging in selfless acts of kindness and compassion, you not only grow spiritually but also understand your role in the larger web of existence. Tools like divination, such as tarot or the I Ching, can also serve as guides, helping you develop your intuition and navigate your spiritual path with clarity. Reinforcing your spiritual potential with positive affirmations, spoken words of truth and power, can further align you with your highest self. Finally, surrounding yourself with a community of like-minded individuals provides valuable support, shared learning, and encouragement. A spiritual community offers insight, connection, and the opportunity for collective growth, all of which are vital on your journey to nurturing your spiritual gifts. Remember, what works for one person may not work for another. Be patient with yourself and trust your own path of discovery. If you believe you're chosen or spiritually gifted, it's crucial to approach this belief with humility and responsibility. Being chosen isn't about superiority or special privileges. Instead, it's about having a specific role to play in the greater tapestry of existence. True spiritual leaders don't seek power or acclaim for themselves. They serve others, work for the greater good, and use their gifts to uplift humanity. They understand that their abilities come with a profound responsibility to make a positive impact on the world. This responsibility extends to continuous self-improvement and ethical living. It means striving to embody the spiritual principles you believe in, even when it's challenging. It involves using your insights or abilities not for personal gain, but to help guide others on their spiritual journeys. Your birth date may offer clues about your spiritual path, but it doesn't define you. Every soul has a unique purpose. Your task is to discover that purpose and live it fully. Whether chosen or not, you have the power to make your life spiritually meaningful through your choices and actions. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Has your birthday played a significant role in your spiritual journey? Share your experiences in the comments below, and for more spiritual videos, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Be sure to watch our other videos as well and keep seeking, growing, and shining your light in the world. Have you ever wondered why your path seems so different, so much more challenging than those around you? It's no accident. You are not like everyone else. You are one of the chosen ones, hand-picked by the divine for a purpose far greater than you can imagine. Right now, it might feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, facing setbacks and challenges that seem relentless. But what if I told you that every trial, every moment of doubt, is not just a test but a powerful setup for your breakthrough? You weren't chosen to simply survive. You were chosen to thrive, to rise, and to receive blessings that will transform your life completely. The abundance that you've been praying for is on its way, and from this moment forward, you will step into a season of limitless possibilities. The doors of opportunity are opening, and God has aligned you perfectly with a path that leads to millions in wealth, wisdom, and purpose. So if you're ready to embrace the greatness that's been destined for you, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our community of chosen ones. Let's walk this incredible journey together, step into your power, and claim the abundance that is rightfully yours. Don't miss out on the life that God has chosen for you. It's time to rise and receive. As a chosen one, your journey is filled with tests that others might not understand. These divine examinations are not designed to break you, but to uncover your inner strength, resilience, and latent potential. Your path is not easy, but it is purposeful. Each trial you face is a critical step in molding you into the person you were destined to become. The trials are like the intense pressure that transforms a rough diamond into a brilliant diamond. Your challenges are the divine forces pressing upon you, bringing out your brilliance. You might be wondering why your efforts seem to yield little reward. Why, despite your best intentions and hard work, life feels like an uphill battle. Remember this: every obstacle is a stepping stone toward your growth and success. It is not meant to break you, but to build you, to push you beyond your comfort zone, and to awaken the dormant strengths within you. The struggles you face are the tools the divine uses to ensure that you are fully prepared for the monumental blessings that are waiting on the other side. Imagine a tree's roots that must grow deep into the earth before it can rise to majestic heights. The deeper the roots, the taller and more stable the tree. Similarly, the challenges you endure are the roots of your soul, digging deeper, grounding you so that when your breakthrough comes, you will rise with unshakable strength and stability. Your journey, though filled with trials, is a journey of deep spiritual growth that prepares you to handle the greatness that lies ahead. Your trials are not just about overcoming obstacles. They are about refining your spirit. Just as gold is purified by fire, your struggles burn away all that is not aligned with your highest self, leaving behind a stronger, truer essence. During these periods of refinement, you might find yourself questioning your worth, your path, and your purpose. You might feel as though everything is being stripped away from you, leaving you bare and vulnerable. But know this: it is in this vulnerability that your true essence is revealed. This process is not meant to punish you. It is meant to free you from the chains of doubt, fear, and limitation that have held you back. It is preparing you to step into a new phase of your life where you are aligned with your higher purpose and open to receiving all that is meant for you. The divine is not breaking you, preparing you to shine with a brilliance that is uniquely yours. Refinement is also about deepening your connection with the divine. You are being called to rely on your inner strength, your faith, and your intuition to guide you through the darkness. These are the tools that will help you navigate the shadows and find your way to the light. The more you trust this process, the more you will realize that you are not alone and that you are more than capable of handling the gifts that are about to be bestowed upon you. Resilience is your greatest asset on this journey. It is the ability to keep moving forward despite the setbacks and challenges that life throws at you. Resilience is not just about surviving adversity, it's about thriving in it, growing stronger and more determined with every obstacle you overcome. As a chosen one, your inner strength is unparalleled. It is this strength that will carry you through your darkest moments and propel you toward your breakthrough. To be resilient is to choose growth over stagnation. It means viewing each trial not as a roadblock, but as a stepping stone, a chance to rise higher. Each time you are knocked down, you get back up, fortified with new wisdom and inner power. This is the essence of resilience: to keep standing, keep believing, and keep pushing forward no matter how many times you are tested. A crucial aspect of resilience is shifting your perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as setbacks, see them as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I grow from this experience? This mindset allows you to approach obstacles not with fear or resistance, but with curiosity and openness. You begin to see the hidden blessings even in the most trying circumstances. Gratitude is another powerful tool in cultivating resilience. In moments of difficulty, pause and give thanks for the lessons you are learning and the strength you are gaining. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant, raising your vibration and aligning you with the flow of the universe. Even in hardship, there is always something to be grateful for, and this practice will make you stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for the blessings that are on their way. The journey of the chosen one is a marathon, not a sprint. It is a continuous unfolding, with each step taking you closer to your breakthrough. Embracing this process means accepting the highs and the lows, the victories and the setbacks, as integral parts of your path. One of the greatest challenges on this journey is learning to trust in divine timing. In a world that constantly pushes us, it's hard to be patient when things don't go as fast as we want. But remember, the universe has its own timing. Everything is happening exactly when it's supposed to, and your breakthrough will come when you're truly ready about it. Trusting in divine timing means letting go of the urge to control every detail and allowing life to unfold naturally. It's about believing that delays aren't rejections. They're just life's way of steering you towards something better than you ever expected. The true magic of your journey isn't just about reaching your goals. It's found in the experiences along the way. Every step you take, every challenge you face, and every joyful moment is helping shape you into who you're meant to be. So, embrace each moment, because it's in the here and now that you are closest to the divine presence guiding you. There will be times when you feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. This is natural, and it is important to show yourself compassion during these moments. Be gentle with yourself and allow space for rest and renewal. Self-compassion is not weakness. It is a recognition of your humanity and an essential part of your healing and growth. Faith is the bedrock of your journey. It is the unwavering belief that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Faith is not just a passive hope. It is an active trust in the unseen, a deep knowing that the divine is guiding you even in your darkest hours. It is the force that will carry you through the storms, the anchor that keeps you grounded when everything around you is in chaos. Faith means trusting in the divine plan even when you cannot see the whole picture. It means believing that the trials you face are not there to break you, but to build you, to shape you into someone capable of handling the immense blessings that are coming your way. Faith is what keeps you moving forward, even when the path is unclear. It is the quiet strength that whispers, "Keep going, your breakthrough is near." Letting go of fear is a vital part of living in faith. Fear is the opposite of faith and often the biggest barrier to your growth. When you release fear and embrace faith, you open yourself up to new possibilities. You start to see life not through the lens of fear but through the eyes of love, and this shift in perspective allows you to attract more positive experiences into your life. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts given to the chosen ones. It is your inner compass, the voice of the divine whispering guidance and wisdom. As a chosen one, your intuition is heightened, offering you a direct line to divine insight. Cultivating and trusting this inner voice is essential to navigating the twists and turns of your journey. In a world filled with noise and distractions, hearing the quiet whispers of your intuition can be challenging. But your inner voice is always there, guiding you toward your true path. It speaks through gut feelings, subtle nudges, and sudden flashes of insight. To hear it, you must quiet your mind and create space for stillness through meditation, prayer, or time spent in nature. Following your intuition often requires courage. It may lead you down paths that defy logic or take you in directions that others may not understand. But your intuition is your truest guide, connected directly to the divine flow. Trusting it means honoring your inner wisdom, even when it contradicts the opinions of those around you. As a chosen one, you will encounter many opportunities and challenges. Your intuition acts as a filter, helping you discern what is truly in alignment with your highest good. By trusting your inner guidance, you can make decisions that are not only wise but also aligned with your divine purpose. One of the most profound lessons for a chosen one is understanding and embracing divine timing. Everything in your life happens according to a higher plan, unfolding at precisely the right moment. This includes the trials you face, the opportunities that come your way, and the breakthroughs that await you. To thrive as a chosen one, you must learn to trust and surrender to this divine timing. Patience is one of the hardest aspects of divine timing. In a world that often values instant gratification, waiting for things to unfold in their own time can be a true test of faith. But remember, the divine sees the bigger picture, knowing when and how to bring everything together for your highest good. Even delays serve a purpose, often protecting you from something not meant for you, or aligning you with something far greater than you could have imagined. Being fully present in each moment helps you align with divine timing. When you are present, you are more attuned to the flow of life, more aware of the synchronicities and signs that are guiding you. This presence allows you to move with the rhythm of the universe rather than forcing things to happen on your timeline. Trust that every step you take is divinely guided and that everything is unfolding perfectly. As we conclude this video, remember that you, the chosen one, are not here by accident. Your path is being carefully guided by divine forces that are shaping your destiny. The challenges you face are not meant to break you, but to build you into the person you are meant to be. Embrace the process, trust in the timing, and know that your breakthrough is closer than you think. Every trial, every hardship, every moment of doubt is a step on the path to the incredible blessings that await you. Your journey is not just about overcoming, it's about transforming, evolving, and rising to meet your highest potential. The strength, courage, and wisdom you gain from your trials will serve you for a lifetime. You are on the cusp of something extraordinary. The universe is aligning, and your greatest chapter is yet to be written. Embrace your role as the chosen one, for your breakthrough is not just a possibility. It is a divine promise waiting to be fulfilled. Stand tall, keep your faith strong, and step boldly into the life that is meant for you. Your time is now. If these words have touched your soul and brought light to your day, I invite you to join this growing community. Please subscribe to our channel so that we may continue this journey of faith, strength, and transformation together. Your breakthrough is coming. Stay connected, and let's witness it unfold hand in hand.
In a world full of noise and distraction, there is one voice that follows us more closely than any other, our own. This internal dialogue, the ongoing conversation we have with ourselves, is deeply ingrained in human nature. It's as natural as breathing, eating, or sleeping. Yet, despite its constant presence, many of us remain unaware of the profound influence these silent conversations have on the fabric of our lives. We cannot simply shut off this inner chatter, but we can transform it. The nature and direction of our thoughts hold the key to our happiness, success, and peace of mind. Whether we realize it or not, our inner dialogue shapes the circumstances of our existence, serving as the foundation from which our reality springs. As the proverb says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Our external world is, in many ways, a reflection of the thoughts and conversations that occupy our minds. But what happens when these inner conversations are negative, repetitive, and self-limiting? How do we break free from the patterns that no longer serve us? The answer lies in becoming conscious of our thoughts, learning to guide them purposefully, and aligning them with the life we wish to create. This is not an easy task. It requires shedding old habits, releasing outdated mental scripts, and embracing a new way of thinking. The Bible speaks of this transformation as putting off the old man and renewing ourselves in the spirit of the mind. This spiritual renewal starts with our internal speech. To change our lives, we must first change the way we speak to ourselves. In this journey, we will discover that our internal conversations are not just fleeting thoughts, they are the seeds of our future. Every moment of the day, whether we are aware of it or not, we are engaged in a dialogue with ourselves. These thoughts, these internal conversations, form the undercurrent of our consciousness. Over time, they become so automatic that we no longer question them. We become so accustomed to the voices in our head that we stop paying attention to their tone, content, or impact. And yet, they are shaping the course of our lives. Just as the body cannot function without food, the mind cannot function without thoughts. But like food, the quality of our thoughts determines the health of our mind and soul. Negative internal conversations, those filled with fear, doubt, envy, or anger, poison our inner world, while positive, uplifting dialogues nourish our spirit and align us with our true purpose. The world we experience on the outside is intricately connected to the mental landscape we cultivate within. Our external circumstances are often the physical manifestation of the thoughts we consistently entertain. And while many of us blame external forces for the difficulties in our lives, The real source of our challenges often lies within. As long as we maintain the same internal dialogue, we will continue to experience the same reality. If you want to change your external world, you must first transform your internal world. This is a process of unlearning and relearning, of becoming consciously aware of your thoughts and guiding them in a direction that supports your highest aspirations. Our internal conversations are like magnets, attracting people, events, and circumstances that reflect our dominant thoughts. When we speak negatively to ourselves, we invite negative experiences into our lives. But when we engage in positive, affirming dialogue, we begin to attract opportunities and people that align with our goals. Why do we find it so difficult to break free from negative internal dialogue? One reason is that these conversations are often unconscious. They operate in the background, beneath the surface of our awareness. And because we've repeated them for so long, they've become habitual. These negative scripts shape how we view ourselves and the world, often creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Imagine someone who constantly tells themselves, "I'm not good enough," or "Nothing ever works out for me." These thoughts, repeated day after day, become deeply embedded in the subconscious mind, shaping not only their beliefs, but also their actions. Without realizing it, they begin to sabotage their own efforts, unconsciously seeking out experiences that confirm their negative self-view. This is the danger of allowing unchecked negative conversations to dominate our mind. They create a cycle of disappointment, frustration, and self-doubt that perpetuates itself. Trying to change your external life without addressing the negative thoughts within is like battling against a tidal wave. No matter how hard you push forward, the current will always pull you back unless you change its direction. The first step in transforming your internal dialogue is becoming conscious of it. Start by paying attention to the thoughts that arise when you're faced with challenges or when things don't go as planned. What do you tell yourself in those moments? Do you criticize yourself, or do you offer encouragement? Are your thoughts filled with fear and doubt, or are they grounded in faith and resilience? Once you become aware of these conversations, you can begin to change them. This doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect or ignoring real challenges. Instead, it means shifting the tone of your internal speech. For example, instead of saying, "I'll never get this right," try saying, "I may not have succeeded yet, but I'm learning and improving every day." This simple shift in language can have a profound impact on your mindset and, by extension, your results. The Bible offers profound wisdom on this topic, instructing us to renew our minds and to be transformed by the way we think. In practical terms, this means reprogramming our internal conversations to align with our desired reality. It requires conscious effort and discipline, but the rewards are immense. When we align our thoughts with positivity, faith, and purpose, we unlock the creative power of our mind and begin to attract the life we truly want. One of the most powerful tools for manifesting change is learning to speak from a place of fulfilled desires. This means adopting an internal dialogue that reflects the reality you wish to create, even before it physically manifests in your life. If you desire success, you must speak to yourself as if you are already successful. If you long for peace, your internal conversations must reflect a state of peace, even in the midst of chaos. Many ancient spiritual teachings emphasize the importance of aligning thought with action. In the Bible it is said, "Out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks." This wisdom reminds us that our speech, both internal and external, is a reflection of our inner beliefs. If we want to change our external circumstances, we must first ensure that our inner dialogue is in harmony with the life we wish to lead. In the words of Neville Goddard, you and your internal conversation are one. This means that what you say to yourself in the privacy of your mind shapes who you are and what you experience. By speaking to yourself from a place of fulfilled desire, you begin to bridge the gap between your current reality and the future you want to create. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions start to align with your vision, and as a result, your external world begins to shift to match your inner state. The idea that our inner thoughts shape our reality is not new. Mystics, sages, and spiritual teachers throughout history have spoken of the mind's power to create. The phrase, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God," illustrates the profound connection between thought, the Word, and creation. In this sense, our inner dialogue is a powerful tool for creation, just as God spoke the universe into being. Our words, whether spoken aloud or silently within, carry powerful vibrations that influence the world around us. Just as a pebble tossed into a still pond creates ripples that extend far beyond the initial impact, our internal conversations generate waves of energy that resonate outward, shaping the people, circumstances, and experiences that come into our lives. These vibrations are subtle, but their effects are profound, often creating a reality that mirrors the tone of our thoughts. When we dwell in negativity, speaking to ourselves from a place of fear, doubt, or lack, those vibrations attract more of the same. We unconsciously align with experiences that reinforce those negative feelings, as if we are inviting hardship, disappointment, and scarcity into our lives. The more we repeat these internal messages, the stronger the signal we send, and the more our reality reflects those limiting beliefs. However, the opposite is also true. When we intentionally shift our inner dialogue to focus on abundance, gratitude, and self-assurance, we begin to send out different, more positive vibrations. This shift changes the energy we project, and in turn attracts circumstances and opportunities that mirror these elevated states of being. Speaking from a place of inner abundance, believing in our worth and possibilities, sets in motion a powerful transformation. Over time, this positive resonance draws people, situations, and experiences that align with our higher intentions, helping us create a life that reflects the fullness we hold within. Changing your inner dialogue is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong practice. Just as physical fitness requires regular exercise, mental fitness requires consistent attention to the quality of your thoughts. Each day presents a new opportunity to align your internal conversations with the life you want to live. Start by setting aside time each day to consciously focus on your inner speech. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself in different situations, particularly when you face challenges or setbacks. If you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, pause and reframe your thoughts. Replace self-doubt with self-compassion and replace fear with faith. One powerful technique is visualization. Take a few minutes each day to close your eyes and imagine yourself living the life you desire. See yourself in your ideal career, relationship, or health state. As you do this, pay close attention to the words you speak in your mind during the visualization. Are they words of encouragement, confidence, and success? Or are they filled with doubt and fear? By consciously aligning your inner speech with your vision, you train your mind to expect success and manifest it in your life. Imagination is one of the most potent tools for transforming your life. When you engage your imagination, you tap into the creative power of your mind. Your imagination is not a mere escape from reality. It is a tool for shaping reality. Think of imagination as a rehearsal for the future. When you imagine yourself achieving your goals, you are not only visualizing the outcome, you're training your mind and body to experience the feelings and emotions associated with that success. This process creates a powerful alignment between your internal state and your desired external reality. However, imagination requires more than passive daydreaming. It requires active engagement with your inner dialogue. As you envision your future self, pay close attention to the words you speak in your mind. Are they words of fear and limitation, or are they words of empowerment and possibility? If you find yourself encountering internal resistance, doubts, fears, or limiting beliefs, view these as opportunities for growth. These resistances are the blocks that stand between you and your desired reality, and addressing them is crucial for transformation. Resistance often arises when we attempt to change our internal dialogue, especially if we've been accustomed to negative or limiting thoughts for a long time. These resistances manifest as doubt, fear, or discomfort, and they signal areas in our mind that need healing and attention. Rather than avoiding resistance, embrace it as a natural part of the process. When you encounter negative thoughts or limiting beliefs, pause and ask yourself where they come from. Are they based on past experiences, fears, or societal conditioning? Once you identify the source, you can begin to challenge these beliefs and replace them with empowering truths. For example, if you encounter the belief, "I'm not capable of achieving this goal," ask yourself, is this belief based on fact, or is it a fear that has been reinforced over time? This act of questioning is powerful because it helps you recognize that many of your doubts are not based on objective truth, but rather on old patterns of thinking, often shaped by past experiences or fear of failure. By challenging these beliefs, you weaken their grip on your mind. This process opens the door to new possibilities, giving you the opportunity to replace those negative, self-limiting thoughts with ones that are empowering. Instead of viewing obstacles as confirmation of your inadequacy, you can begin to see them as challenges to be overcome. Each time you consciously dismantle these limiting beliefs, you make space for a mindset rooted in self-confidence and growth, enabling you to move closer to your goals with renewed belief in your own capabilities. As you continue to reshape and elevate your inner dialogue, you will gradually witness a profound shift in your external reality. The relationships you attract, the progress in your career, the state of your health, and your personal growth will begin to mirror the positive, empowering conversations you cultivate within. This transformation occurs because your inner beliefs and thoughts shape the energy you emit, influencing the opportunities, people, and experiences that come into your life. The key to maintaining this positive transformation is consistency. Just as habits form through repeated actions, your internal dialogue must be consistently aligned with your highest potential. This means choosing thoughts that support your growth and success, and consciously speaking to yourself with love, compassion, and confidence. When challenges arise, your inner voice should encourage resilience rather than doubt. By mastering the art of intentional, conscious inner speech, you unlock the incredible power of your mind to shape your reality. The more you align your thoughts with your aspirations, the more you can manifest your dreams and live in harmony with your true self. This inner work is the foundation for a life of fulfillment, as it fosters the mindset and energy necessary for realizing your deepest desires and achieving lasting personal transformation. In the end, the most important conversation you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. Every thought, every word, and every internal dialogue is a seed that will eventually bear fruit in your life. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. As you embark on the journey of transforming your inner dialogue, remember that change begins within. By consciously directing your thoughts toward positivity, abundance, and possibility, you open the door to a life of fulfillment and success. Your internal conversations are not mere words. They are the building blocks of your reality. Take control of them, and you take control of your destiny. Choose your thoughts wisely, speak to yourself with love, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll stay connected and be the first to receive our new content designed to support you on your path to spiritual growth and personal transformation. Your journey matters, and together we can create a community that uplifts and empowers each other. Thank you again, and may peace and blessings follow you on your path. There are moments in life that defy easy explanation. Perhaps you've experienced it. Waking up in the stillness of the early morning, somewhere between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. The world outside is enveloped in darkness. The hustle and bustle of the day has long ceased, and yet something rouses you from sleep. No matter what time you go to bed, no matter what your daily habits are, exercise, meditation, or even eliminating caffeine from your diet, you find yourself waking at this peculiar hour. It is not just once or twice. It becomes a recurring experience. You might initially dismiss it as mere coincidence or a trivial disruption to your sleep pattern. But as the frequency increases, the question becomes inescapable. Why does this keep happening? What or who is waking you up? Is it a symptom of modern life, an effect of the stresses and anxieties that plague our minds, or could it be something deeper, something spiritual? In this video, we will journey beyond the surface explanations, digging deeper into both the scientific and spiritual dimensions of this phenomenon. Most importantly, we will explore the 3 transformative actions you must take when you wake up at this sacred hour. These moments are more than random disturbances. They may hold the key to profound spiritual growth and divine connection. To truly understand the significance of waking at these early hours, we must first look at the human body's intricate systems, particularly its natural rhythms. The study of sleep cycles, circadian rhythms, and psychological factors offers insight into why these hours might be times of wakefulness for many people. Circadian rhythms are 24-hour cycles that regulate sleep-wake patterns, governed primarily by the hypothalamus in the brain. These rhythms are influenced by external factors such as light and temperature, but they also adhere to the body's natural tendencies. Most people experience their deepest sleep between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., with lighter sleep stages beginning afterward, especially between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. During this period, the body's core temperature drops slightly, and there is a shift in hormone levels. Cortisol begins to rise in preparation for the coming day, while melatonin, the hormone responsible for sleepiness, decreases. This biological shift can lead to brief moments of wakefulness, particularly if external stressors or internal disturbances are at play. One common reason for waking up during these hours is stress. Worrying about personal issues, ruminating over the events of the previous day, or experiencing anxiety about the future can lead to disrupted sleep. The brain, even in its resting state, continues to process these emotions and thoughts, often pulling us out of deep sleep into lighter sleep or wakefulness. Emotional disturbances such as grief, depression, or even excitement about upcoming events can also play a role. Research has shown that stress and unresolved emotions can interfere with the brain's natural ability to stay asleep, resulting in nocturnal awakenings. For some, the reason for waking up may be more physiological than psychological. Conditions like sleep apnea, where breathing temporarily stops during sleep, can lead to frequent awakenings at night, including during the 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. window. Insomnia, too, often manifests as difficulty falling back to sleep after waking in the early morning. While scientific explanations offer valuable insight into why we might wake up at night, it's crucial to recognize that not all nocturnal awakenings are purely biological or psychological. There are times in life when the line between the physical and the metaphysical begins to blur. These moments of wakefulness, particularly between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., may carry a deeper spiritual significance, signaling that there is more at play than just disrupted sleep patterns or stress. In these sacred hours, when the world is quiet and distractions fade away, we may be called to engage with the spiritual realm. It is in this space, where the veil between the physical and the divine is thin, that we can experience profound insights, divine communication, or a heightened sense of connection with the universe. This is where we must turn our attention inward and explore the spiritual dimensions of our awakening. Now that we have examined the biological and psychological factors, we must delve into a deeper, more ancient understanding of these quiet hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. For millennia, spiritual traditions across the globe have viewed this time as sacred, a moment when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is at its thinnest. In these hours, the distractions of daily life have receded, the world is at rest, and the spirit is more open to divine communication. In many spiritual traditions, particularly in Christianity, the hours between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. are often referred to as the fourth watch of the night. In biblical times, the night was divided into 4 watches, and this final watch was seen as a time of divine intervention. The fourth watch is when Jesus is said to have walked on water, coming to the aid of his disciples during a storm. It is believed that during the sacred hours between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m., also known as the fourth watch, God is especially close to those who seek him. This time is not just a fleeting moment in the night, but a profound opportunity for spiritual connection and divine interaction. The fourth watch has long been considered a time of heightened spiritual activity, where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is at its thinnest, making it easier to access divine presence and wisdom. Rather than being a time to simply observe, it is a powerful call to action. Those who find themselves awake during these hours may be experiencing more than just a disruption in their sleep. They may be receiving a divine summons. This is an invitation to rise above the physical needs of sleep and embrace a higher purpose. It is a sacred opportunity to engage in prayer, meditate on divine wisdom, or reflect deeply on your life's path. The stillness of the world at this hour creates the perfect environment for undistracted communication with the divine. Whether you are seeking guidance, clarity, or simply wishing to align yourself more closely with God's will, the fourth watch offers a rare moment of spiritual openness. It's a time to pour out your heart, listen for divine whispers, and align yourself with the higher energies at play, knowing that you are being watched over and guided during these early hours. This concept of the early morning hours as a sacred time is not unique to Christianity. In Hinduism, the period from 3:30 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. is known as Brahma Muhurta, the time of Brahma, the creator of the universe. This is considered the best time for meditation, prayer, and other spiritual practices, as the mind is believed to be most pure and receptive during these hours. Similarly, in traditional Chinese medicine, the time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is associated with the lungs, which are linked to the emotions of grief and sadness. Waking during this time might indicate unresolved emotional issues, but it also provides a unique opportunity to heal through spiritual practices such as breathwork or mindfulness. If you frequently wake up during the early morning hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it is not something to fear or casually dismiss as a mere sleep disturbance. Instead, consider it a sacred invitation, a nudge from the universe or the divine, calling you to realign more closely with your spiritual path. This wakefulness may hold deeper significance, offering you a unique opportunity to connect with the subtler, higher energies that often go unnoticed during the hustle and bustle of daily life. During the day, we are consumed by distractions, work, responsibilities, social interactions that can drown out the inner voice of our soul and the whispers of the divine. But in these early hours, the world is quiet, and the stillness allows your spirit to become more attuned to the energies of the universe. The silence provides an open space for reflection, meditation, and spiritual awakening, where you can more clearly hear the messages being sent to guide you along your path. Rather than seeing these wakeful moments as disruptions, embrace them as sacred opportunities to deepen your spiritual practice. Whether through prayer, meditation, or simply being still and listening, these moments offer a chance to tap into divine wisdom and realign with your higher purpose. Waking up at this time may be your soul's way of reaching out, encouraging you to engage in deeper reflection and growth. But what should you do when you find yourself awake at this mystical hour? Here are 3 powerful actions you can take to embrace this spiritual opportunity. One of the first things you can do when you wake up during these sacred hours is to recall and reflect on your dreams. Dreams can serve as a bridge between the conscious and subconscious mind, and often they contain symbolic messages from your inner self or from the spiritual realm. What were you dreaming about before you woke up? Was there a message, image, or emotion that stood out? Reflecting on these dreams can offer insights into your life's direction, unresolved issues, or even divine guidance. If you cannot recall any dreams, or if your dreams do not seem significant, this is also a perfect time to meditate and listen. In the stillness of the early morning, the quiet of the world around you mirrors the inner quiet of your spirit. This is a time when you can deeply connect with the divine energy within and around you. Meditation during this period allows you to tap into the intuitive wisdom that often lies beneath the surface of conscious thought. Simply sitting in silence, focusing on your breath, and allowing thoughts to come and go without attachment can open channels for spiritual insight and clarity. Sometimes you may even receive subtle nudges, messages, or feelings that direct your next steps. Another powerful practice during these early hours is to speak words of affirmation and prayer. Whether you are expressing gratitude, asking for guidance, or affirming positive intentions for your life, these hours offer a potent spiritual atmosphere. By declaring your intentions or affirming your faith in a higher power, you are setting a tone for the day ahead. The energy you put into these declarations can influence not only your mindset, but also the circumstances that unfold in your life. Speak words of love, healing, and empowerment over yourself, your loved ones, and your life's path. As we conclude this exploration of the sacred hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it becomes evident that these moments of wakefulness are far more profound than mere sleep disturbances. They represent windows of opportunity, opportunities for deep spiritual connection, personal reflection, and divine communication. Rather than seeing these awakenings as inconvenient interruptions, they can be recognized as moments that offer insight into the deeper rhythms of your soul and the universe. The next time you find yourself waking at these early hours, try to shift your perspective. Instead of being frustrated by the loss of sleep, consider the possibility that you are being called to something greater. This could be a call to reconnect with your higher self, to strengthen your bond with the divine, or to receive spiritual messages that are meant for your growth. During this time, your mind is more at peace, free from the usual distractions of daily life, making it an ideal time for introspection and spiritual work. These sacred hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are a gift, a time to embrace with an open heart and mind. In doing so, you are not only fostering a stronger connection with the divine, but also stepping into your role as a co-creator of your own reality. This time of wakefulness offers the chance to shape your day and your life with intention, wisdom, and purpose. Every action, every prayer, and every reflection during these moments becomes a tool for manifesting a life aligned with your highest calling. So the next time you awaken in the quiet stillness of the early morning, rather than resist it, welcome it as a spiritual invitation. Let these moments be the time when you align more deeply with your spiritual path, when you listen to the whispers of the divine, and when you consciously shape your reality with grace, faith, and purpose. In this sacred time, you are not only connecting with something greater, you are becoming a powerful co-creator in your journey through life. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are often misunderstood as a simple disruption in the sleep cycle, but as we have seen, they carry with them profound spiritual significance. By understanding the science behind wakefulness and embracing the spiritual opportunities these moments offer, we can transform what might seem like a mere inconvenience into a powerful practice of personal and spiritual growth. The next time you wake in the stillness of the early morning, don't rush to dismiss it as just another restless night. Instead, pause, reflect, and engage with the deeper meaning of this sacred time. What is the universe trying to tell you? What is your soul seeking? In these moments, you have the chance to align more closely with your divine purpose, to act as a vigilant guardian of your own spiritual journey, and to contribute to the greater good of the world around you. Let us awaken not just from sleep, but to the limitless possibilities that the divine has in store for us in the quiet watches of the night. Thank you for joining me on this sacred exploration. If you found value in this video, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and become part of our growing community. By subscribing, you won't miss any future insights or guidance on your spiritual path. Be sure to like this video, share it with others seeking deeper meaning, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or experiences. Together, we can continue to awaken and inspire one another on this beautiful journey of spiritual discovery. May you find peace, purpose, and profound connection in the stillness of the early hours. God bless you. One of the deepest desires in the hearts of believers is to know they are walking on the right path, the path ordained by God. Every follower of Christ yearns for the reassurance that their choices, their sacrifices, and their daily walk are aligned with the will of the Creator. Thankfully, God does not leave His children in darkness. Through the Holy Spirit, through the Scriptures, and through our life experiences, we can discern whether or not we are following His divine plan. The Bible teaches that walking the right path doesn't mean we are exempt from difficulties. In fact, it often means the opposite. As Jesus Himself warned in John 16:33, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Our challenges, however, are not signs of being astray, but rather affirmations that we are walking the narrow road that few find. As we explore the signs that indicate you are on the right path, you will find encouragement and spiritual clarity, and you'll understand that the right path is not about ease, but about purpose, holiness, and God's presence. The first and perhaps most telling sign that you are walking on God's path is rejection by the world. As followers of Christ, we must expect that the world will not welcome or embrace us. Jesus made this abundantly clear when he said, "If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first." There is an inherent tension between the values of the kingdom of God and those of the world. When we stand for holiness, purity, love, and righteousness, we inevitably come into conflict with a world driven by selfish ambition, greed, and moral decay. The world rejects the light because it exposes the darkness within. In John 3:19-20, Jesus explains that light has come into the world, but people loved darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. When we, as believers, live in a way that reflects Jesus, we become a mirror of his light, and in that reflection, the world sees its own sinfulness. This discomfort often manifests as hostility. If your faith causes discomfort to those around you, if your values seem countercultural, and if your beliefs are labeled as old-fashioned or intolerant, this is a clear sign you are on the right path. The world's rejection is not a cause for sorrow, but for joy. Jesus said in Matthew 5:11-12, "Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven." Thus, when the world turns its back on you, you are reminded that your citizenship is in heaven, not on earth. To walk the right path is to live counter to the culture. Consider the examples of biblical figures like Noah, who in a world of rampant sin was found righteous in God's eyes. He was mocked and ridiculed as he built the ark, but he remained steadfast in obedience to God's voice. Similarly, Daniel refused to conform to the ways of Babylon, choosing instead to maintain his devotion to God, even when it meant facing the lion's den. In each of these cases, rejection by society was a badge of honor because it marked them as faithful to God, not the world. As modern believers, we too are called to be different. This difference might be subtle: the refusal to engage in workplace gossip, a commitment to honesty in business transactions, or choosing to spend time in prayer rather than pursuing worldly entertainment. But it is in these choices, often unnoticed by the world, that we reflect the character of Christ. The second sign that you are walking on the right path is the unmistakable presence of God in the midst of your trials. Life is filled with difficulties, and the Christian journey is no exception. In fact, trials often serve as a testing ground for our faith. The difference for believers is that we do not walk through these trials alone. God's presence is with us, guiding us, strengthening us, and assuring us that we are not forsaken. Isaiah 43:2 provides one of the most comforting promises in Scripture. "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned, the flames will not set you ablaze." Notice that Isaiah does not say if, but when you pass through the waters and fires of life. Trials are not optional for the Christian, but neither is God's presence during those trials. He promises to be with us, not just sending angels or help from afar, but being personally present in our struggles. One of the clearest examples of this is found in the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. When these three men refused to bow to King Nebuchadnezzar's idol, they were thrown into a blazing furnace. But in the midst of that fire, they were not alone. Nebuchadnezzar himself exclaimed, "I see 4 men walking in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." God did not prevent them from entering the fire, but he walked with them through it, and they emerged without even the smell of smoke on their clothes. Suffering teaches us something that comfort cannot. It is in the valleys of life that we experience God's presence most profoundly. Job, a man described as blameless and upright, went through intense suffering, losing everything, his wealth, his children, his health. Yet in the end, Job declared, "My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you." Through his trials, Job came to know God in a deeper, more intimate way than ever before. Similarly, the Apostle Paul understood that suffering was a pathway to knowing Christ more fully. In Philippians 3:10, Paul writes, "I want to know Christ, yes, to know the power of his resurrection and participation in his sufferings, becoming like him in his death." There are aspects of God's character and his love that can only be revealed when we walk through pain and adversity. This is why trials, though painful, can also be seen as a confirmation that we are on the right path. A third sign that you are on the right path is the presence of an inner peace that transcends the chaos of the world around you. This peace is not the absence of conflict or trouble, but a deep, abiding confidence in God's sovereignty and goodness, regardless of circumstances. The Apostle Paul describes this peace in Philippians 4:7, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." One of the most powerful examples of this peace is found in the Gospel of Mark, where Jesus is asleep in a boat during a violent storm. The disciples, terrified by the storm, wake Jesus in a panic, asking, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Jesus gets up, rebukes the wind and the waves, and then turns to his disciples, asking, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" In this story, Jesus demonstrates the peace that comes from knowing and trusting the Father's plan. He was not disturbed by the storm because he knew who controlled it. As believers, we are invited to experience this same peace. Even when life's storms rage around us, financial troubles, relationship challenges, health issues, we can rest in the knowledge that God is in control. This peace is a sign that we are on the right path because it is a gift that God gives to those who trust him completely. Moses, in leading the Israelites through the vast and perilous wilderness, encountered immense obstacles, from guiding a rebellious people to navigating treacherous terrain. Yet, despite the weight of these challenges, Moses pressed on with unwavering faith, sustained by one crucial promise: God's abiding presence. In Exodus 33:14, God reassured Moses with these profound words, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." This promise encapsulates the heart of divine peace, a peace not found in the absence of difficulty, but in the steadfast assurance that God walks beside us, providing strength and guidance. For Moses, the knowledge of God's presence was the anchor that kept him grounded amidst the chaos and uncertainty of leading a nation. Though the path ahead was fraught with adversity, Moses did not rely on his own strength, but on the certainty that God was intimately involved in every step of the journey. This sense of divine companionship granted him rest, a rest that was deeper than physical relief, but a profound inner peace rooted in trust. When we encounter situations in life that would naturally provoke fear or anxiety, whether in relationships, careers, or personal struggles, and yet we find ourselves inexplicably at peace, this is a powerful sign that God is with us. It is a spiritual calmness that transcends human understanding, as described in Philippians 4:7, where the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Such peace is not an indication that the journey will be easy, but rather a confirmation that, despite the trials, we are walking in step with God's will. It is His presence that transforms turmoil into tranquility, assuring us that we are not alone and that His sovereign hand is guiding us forward. Another sign that you are on the right path is your unwavering commitment to God's standards, even in the face of pressure to compromise. The world is constantly inviting us to lower our standards, to take the easy road, to blend in rather than stand out. But those who walk the right path refuse to compromise their faith, no matter the cost. In Acts 4, Peter and John were commanded by the religious leaders to stop speaking in the name of Jesus. Their response was resolute. Which is right in God's eyes, to listen to you or to Him? You be the judges. As for us, we cannot help speaking about what we have seen and heard. Peter and John knew that obeying God was more important than obeying human authorities, even when that obedience led to persecution. Similarly, Daniel refused to defile himself with the king's food in Babylon, despite the pressure to conform. Joseph fled from Potiphar's wife, choosing to uphold his purity even when it meant imprisonment. These men were willing to endure suffering because they valued their relationship with God above all else. Jesus made it clear that following Him would not be easy. In Matthew 10:34-36 He said, "Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household." This statement might seem harsh, but it underscores the reality that following Christ requires absolute loyalty, even when it costs us relationships, comfort, or worldly success. When your commitment to God's standards starts to create tension in your relationships or causes you to stand out at work or in your community, it can be a clear indication that you are walking the path of righteousness. This tension often arises because the values of the world contrast sharply with the values of God's kingdom. As you strive to live a life rooted in holiness, integrity, and truth, you may find that others, whether friends, family, or colleagues, do not always understand or support your choices. The pressure to conform to worldly standards can feel overwhelming, but it is in these moments of friction that God's presence is most tangible. Jesus Himself warned of this reality, telling His disciples in John 15:19, "If you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you." Choosing to uphold God's standards in a world that often celebrates compromise will set you apart, sometimes making you feel isolated. Yet, this very separation is a sign that you are aligning yourself more closely with Christ, who was also rejected by the world for His unwavering obedience to the Father. Although the path of righteousness can feel lonely at times, it is never devoid of God's presence. In Matthew 28:20, Jesus assures us, "I am with you always, even to the end of the age." This promise serves as a powerful reminder that while the world may misunderstand or even oppose us, we are never alone. God walks with us, offering strength and comfort as we stay faithful to His ways. The tension and challenges you face for standing firm in your beliefs are not obstacles, but confirmations that you are walking in step with God's will, and His presence will sustain you through every trial. Walking the right path is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The signs we've discussed, rejection by the world, God's presence in trials, inner peace, and an uncompromising faith, are clear indicators that you are walking according to God's will. These signs remind us that the path we walk is not about avoiding difficulty or seeking worldly approval, but about aligning our lives with God's eternal purposes. As you take time to reflect on your own spiritual journey, take comfort and encouragement in the knowledge that God is always with you. He is guiding you through the storms of life, offering you peace when the world around you is in turmoil, and giving you the strength to stand firm in your faith. Life's trials may be challenging, but each one is an opportunity to grow closer to God and experience His presence more deeply. Remember that, as the Bible says in Isaiah 41:10, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." His promise to never leave or forsake you is what carries you through every difficulty. The narrow path that leads to life is often difficult and lonely, but stay the course, trusting that the eternal rewards far outweigh the temporary challenges. When you remain faithful and committed to God's ways, you will experience a peace that surpasses all understanding and a deeper connection to the Creator who walks beside you every step of the way. His love, strength, and guidance are your anchors in the storms of life. As you continue your journey, remember to surround yourself with others who can encourage and uplift you in your faith. And if you found these insights helpful, I invite you to subscribe to the channel for more content on spiritual growth and deepening your walk with God. Your support means a lot, and by subscribing, you'll be joining a community of believers striving to live in alignment with God's purpose. Thank you for being part of this journey, and may God continue to bless you as you walk the path with faith and courage.
They look at you, eyes wide, a blend of awe and disbelief etched across their faces as if seeing you for the first time. It is a moment frozen in time, a realization that cuts through their assumptions like lightning illuminating a darkened sky. They had only seen glimpses of who you were, snapshots painted with your gentle smile and the warmth that surrounded you. To them, you were a haven, a steady light in a turbulent world. But they missed what lay beneath, the fierce, unyielding storm woven into your very being. They saw kindness and mistook it for submission, the calmness in your gaze for compliance. Yet now, as the truth begins to unfurl before them, they see the power that was always there, pulsing quietly beneath the surface. This power was not the kind that clamored for attention or reveled in its own strength. It was subtle, profound, a strength born not from showmanship but from survival, forged through trials that few could fathom. This revelation shakes them. They are confronted by the truth they never expected, that beneath the serenity, you are more than a source of comfort. You are the embodiment of resilience itself. You are an earth angel, the very breath of cosmic force in human form, an enigma whose light holds both healing warmth and purifying fire. The light you carry is not fragile. It is forged from realms unknown, steeped in the wisdom of worlds beyond this one. It has faced shadows and emerged intact, demanding more than superficial kindness. It demands justice, unwavering and absolute. They had always seen you as the embodiment of kindness, gentle, dependable, a source of unwavering comfort. You were the one who listened without judgment, offered support without expecting anything in return, and met challenges with a calm that others took for granted. In their eyes, this was all you were, a soft presence, easy to approach, easy to overlook. What they never realized was that beneath this serene exterior lay a profound strength, a resilience forged not in moments of ease but in trials unseen by most. Their mistake was assuming that your quietness was passivity, that your patience was compliance. They missed the truth that choosing kindness in a world often harsh requires immense strength. They mistook your empathy for weakness, failing to see that it was a conscious choice, born of inner power rather than naivety. True strength, as you knew, does not always announce itself with noise. It often resides in silence, in the steady gaze that holds firm when storms arise. The moments that challenged their perception came subtly at first. A firm word when boundaries were crossed, an unyielding stance when confronted with injustice. These glimpses of your strength unsettled them, yet they pushed aside their discomfort, clinging to their perception of you as compliant and benign. It wasn't until adversity struck that they saw the truth, a revelation that left them silent. While others wavered, you remained steady. When the ground beneath them crumbled, you stood, not with dramatic flair, but with a calm resolve that spoke volumes. Your strength wasn't about overpowering others. It was about standing tall in your convictions, even when faced with doubt or challenge. They came to understand that your patience was not submission, but a deliberate act of defiance against the noise and chaos of the world. You were not just kind, you were unbreakable, a force tempered through moments that demanded everything of you. This realization shifted their view, peeling back the illusion that strength must be loud and aggressive. They saw now that true power could exist in quiet determination, in actions that need no audience. The softness they had dismissed as weakness was, in fact, the manifestation of an inner flame that chose peace but was prepared to stand as an unmovable force when necessary. It was humbling for them, this new understanding. The kindness they had once taken as a sign of docility now stood as proof of resilience. The quiet you embodied was no longer seen as mere gentleness, but as strength in its purest form. They finally realized that the most formidable power wasn't the one that shouted for attention, but the one that remained steady, anchored in truth. You were not just a comfort, you were a force of nature, one they could no longer overlook. Your strength was not born in the comfort of easy days or the lull of smooth paths. It was forged in the fires of trials, moments when the world seemed determined to test the very fabric of your being. Your journey was marked by trials both personal and profound, challenges that exposed not just your vulnerabilities, but also the unyielding resilience within you. It was in the silences of your deepest struggles, away from the eyes of others, that your true nature revealed itself. There were times when life weighed so heavily that the air itself felt like an unmovable wall pressing against you. Moments when you stood at the precipice of despair, forced to choose between surrender and survival. These were not mere tests of will. They were cosmic trials that shaped you into something more. You emerged from them not hardened by bitterness, but fortified by understanding, carrying the wisdom that comes only from standing face to face with the abyss and choosing to rise. These experiences became the bedrock of your strength, a quiet and enduring power that didn't need to announce itself. When others saw only your calm exterior, they missed the storms you had weathered, the inner fire that had kept you warm and unwavering in the coldest moments. This fire wasn't kindled by anger or driven by the desire for vengeance. It was nurtured by something far deeper, a connection to realms beyond what the eyes can see, an unbreakable tie to a divine truth. This divine connection was not a sudden revelation, but a knowing that grew within you over time, like roots reaching into sacred soil. It was in moments of stillness, when the noise of the world receded, and you were left with nothing but your own heartbeat, that you felt it most profoundly. A pulse of light, ancient and endless, guiding you through the dark. It was not a power for show or dominion, but a presence that held the weight of justice, demanding integrity and truth in all things. You came to understand that this connection was your source of light and strength, a force that chose you not because you were without fear or doubt, but because you stood firm in spite of them. It was an energy that flowed through you, one that could soothe and protect, but also rise to defend with unyielding force when the moment called for it. Unlike the chaotic energy that seeks destruction, yours was a power of preservation and righteous protection. It sought not to break down, but to build, not to silence, but to reveal. When tested, this power within you did not erupt in fits of fury, but rose with a steady and unassailable might. It was justice not for the sake of retribution, but for the sake of balance, a force that righted what was wrong not through vengeance, but through unwavering truth, You were not here to wield this strength recklessly. It was a gift meant to guard and to uplift, a light that exposed deception and cast away shadows without hesitation. You understood that true power was not in overpowering others or seeking glory, but in standing rooted, aligned with a purpose beyond the small confines of the everyday. This power was sacred, drawn from a realm where justice is not a word but a living force, ever present and unbending. It guided you, whispering truths that only the soul could hear, truths that compelled you to act with both mercy and resolve. People often mistake such strength for pride or a desire for control, but those who looked deeper saw the purity of your purpose. You were a vessel for a force greater than yourself, tasked not with conquering, but with protecting the balance of things. Your trials were not just tests, they were lessons, each one adding to the light that now shone so brightly within you. You carried that light with humility, aware that it was not yours alone. It was a beacon for others, a reminder that strength is not just found in moments of battle but in moments of silent conviction. Your power was a testament to what it means to be anchored in something eternal, a connection that did not waver, even when the world around you did. Your strength is not loud. It is a storm wrapped in silence, a mountain anchored in the cosmos. It is a quiet force that commands respect without words. Unlike showy displays of power, your strength is an unwavering boundary that chaos cannot breach. This power was not given lightly, but forged in trials that tested every part of your being. It stands as a testament to resilience nurtured by sacred purpose. Many have underestimated this silent strength, mistaking it for vulnerability. Yet, those who try to manipulate or diminish you soon realize their error. Your silence becomes a powerful defense, supported by the cosmic order itself. When challenged, the universe seems to align behind you, revealing that true power lies not in aggression, but in steadfast conviction. This silent retaliation is not driven by vengeance, but by the natural laws of justice, balancing what is right without needing to shout. One unforgettable moment serves as an example. When a deceiver tried to unsettle your resolve with clever words, you met them with calm. Your silence carried a weight that spoke louder than any argument, revealing the deeper truth of the situation. The deceiver realized too late that they had confronted not just a person, but a force protected by something greater. Your purpose is indelible, rooted in an ancient mission set by a higher will. This purpose shields you from doubt and judgment. Attempts to weaken you fall short because your path is clear, aligned with an eternal truth. The power within you acts not out of rage, but as a guardian of balance, rising only when needed and restoring harmony without force. Those who look beyond the surface see the true nature of your strength. It is a light that preserves, not destroys, and protects, not controls. You carry this strength with humility, aware that it is not yours alone. It is a gift to guide and shield others, anchored in an unshakable connection to a higher order. In the end, your strength is a reminder that true power is silent, unwavering, and rooted in justice. It is the force of a mountain, a beacon that teaches others that to stand firm in what is right is to embody the essence of divine truth. This strength is not about dominating others but protecting the balance, ensuring that no deception or chaos crosses your sacred boundary. Those who once dismissed you now tread carefully, their initial arrogance replaced by reluctant respect. They once assumed that silence meant weakness, underestimating the strength you held within. Yet, as they watched you endure trials that would break others, their perception shifted. What they had mistaken for passivity was revealed to be quiet resilience, rooted in something deeper than they could grasp. The carefree confidence they once had when confronting you turned into cautious awareness. This change was not due to displays of power, but because they saw that your strength was not momentary but enduring. It was a boundary they couldn't cross, an immovable force that didn't react impulsively, but stood firm with purpose. Their respect grew, mingled with a touch of fear. Now, they remember moments when they ignored or belittled you, realizing with regret that they misunderstood the power of true integrity. Your presence stirs a mix of awe and discomfort. They begin to see that true strength isn't about domination, but standing firm in truth. This realization forces them to examine their own actions. Some are humbled, seeing that their attempts at force or manipulation pale compared to the steadiness of your conviction. Others feel uneasy, realizing that your example exposes their own lack of integrity. Your purpose as an earth angel goes beyond offering comfort. It is to stand as a beacon of divine justice. You embody more than warmth and solace. You are a guardian whose light reveals the path to truth and integrity. This role is not always easy or understood, but it is rooted in ancient sacred principles where justice is a living force that you channel into the world. From a theological perspective, your mission aligns with divine will. You are a vessel chosen to carry out a purpose that transcends human understanding. This calling is not about simply easing pain. It is about illuminating what is hidden, urging those around you to confront their truths and make choices aligned with higher principles. Your presence, therefore, is not just comforting, it is transformative. You inspire change, even when it challenges others to look deeper and face what they may fear. Philosophically, you are the embodiment of the cosmic guardian, a symbol of resilience and unwavering commitment to what is right. Your strength lies in holding to these virtues even when it means standing alone. You are not merely present to soothe, but to guide and awaken. The comfort you provide is not passive. It comes with the understanding that real growth sometimes requires the courage to face difficult truths. By being a steadfast force for justice, you remind others that true hope is active and powerful. Your presence becomes a source of inspiration for those struggling. People who encounter you feel both awe and motivation as they see that true strength is not in dominating others, but in standing firm in your beliefs, even in the face of resistance. This resilience invites those around you to confront their fears and rise above their limitations. When others witness you holding to your path without wavering, they begin to believe that they too can find strength within themselves to face their challenges. You show that hope is more than a comforting word. It is an invitation to transformation. Your role encourages people to step beyond complacency and strive for their best selves. By embodying justice and light, you push them to reflect and act with integrity. Your example proves that true power does not lie in shielding others from hard truths, but in helping them find the strength to embrace and grow from them. Ultimately, your journey as an earth angel is not about seeking recognition or comfort. You are here to uphold a balance that both protects and uplifts. Your presence is a guiding light, reminding others that true strength is found in the quiet determination to stand for what is right. Through your steadfastness, people learn that facing the truth is not just brave, it is essential. By embodying this unwavering commitment, you fulfill your higher purpose and inspire those around you to walk their paths with clarity and courage. As you continue your journey, remember that your strength and resilience are more powerful than you realize. They ripple out, encouraging others to rise above challenges and hold fast to their own truths. Your light has the power to spark hope and transformation in ways you may not always see, but will be felt by many. Thank you for being here and sharing in this story. If this message resonated with you, please like this video and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories that inspire, uplift, and remind you of the power within. Your journey and support mean everything, and together, we can keep spreading light and courage. Thank you, and until next time, stay true to yourself.